Oh, mate, I'm down here in the pits. Welcome everybody out there in TV land as well, watching us on the Pits Media. We appreciate you tuning in. I'm about to have a quick word with Brad Lane and talk about his South Island Championship win. So why don't we bring Brad in over here and come and see us, Bradders. Mate, I'm pretty excited about this. I got to interview with you back to back, and now I get to talk to you about the South Island Champs. How good was it setting another title for yourself?
Yeah, it's pretty wicked, so this is the first island title I've ever won. So prior to the Grand Prix this season as well, the only thing I'd really won Speed New Zealand wise was the New Zealand title. So to tick 2 off's pretty cool. 1 more to go.
Mate, I watched you there the other week, and you looked like you were a little bit struggling, but you obviously sorted that out and did you have a completely different track there when it came to the big meeting?
Yeah, a little bit, but track was still really on point, it was still really hooked up. It was just maybe missing a little bit of a curb there on the entry, but the track was still wicked. But yeah, we did struggle there when we were there with the Rees for whatever reason the car just wouldn't turn, so we managed to get on top of that and obviously had a good enough car to get the job done.
Oh, I must be excited, mate. So what titles left are there for Brad Lane to take out?
Just the North Islands now, yeah, which we sort of a little unlucky at Stratford this season. If we had finished every race where we before we pulled off with our engine problems, we probably would have got the job done.
So that'll give you the grandstand. That'll give you every title. Do you know how many drivers have done that?
Oh, I wouldn't have a clue, but I'd say there'd be a couple like the likes of Birdie and stuff when they used to run the South Island title as well. So I'm pretty sure it won't be the first.
I just got Mikala in my ear, mate, saying, do you have any plans to go another grade once you do that and get their titles?
To be honest, I really can't afford to do anything else, but, if opportunity arose to do something else, I'd probably jump at it. I'd just have to convince Pops, that's all.
I tell you what, I talk about it all the time. I say we'd love to have a demonstration race with you in Asher Rees' car and Asher in your car on the track at the same time. What do you reckon about that?
Yeah, I'm up for anything, mate. Should be if it puts on a show for the crowd, then I'm all for it.
That's awesome. Hey, look, great talking to you. Good to see you back on the tour of us. So you'll be here and in Christchurch on Friday and Saturday for the Modified Invasion. I wish you all the best for that and good luck for tonight. And thanks for having a word with us, Brett.
Cheers, guys. Thank you very much. We're good.
Thanks. What do you reckon about that, Jace? I mean, the man's on fire, isn't he?
Well, of course, Brad and our family are pretty close. Obviously, when we go up in the North Island, for those that don't know, my name's Jason. Obviously, everybody colonised me from the Pits Media. And so we go and stay with them quite a bit. Box are the bloody fantastic people. Old Mumsy's watching in too tonight, so we should say a big, massive hi to Mumsy who's sitting at Mercer.
I'll give her a wave.
She's actually coming. She's actually coming down to Christchurch to join us. So that's good news to hear today as well. Brad was saying.
Yeah. Oh, look, you're right though, Jace. They are a fantastic Speedway family, and that's one thing I've seen on this tour. So many Speedway families, and they're all joining together. And it's the side of Speedway we don't see, getting away from that social media and just being real and seeing how much fun everyone's having on this tour.
Absolutely, and it's one of the things we've noticed as well. Like the tour is a fantastic opportunity for people down in the deep south to see big fields of these classes that we don't often see. Yes, we've got stock cars down here, but not to the calibre that some of these guys from the other parts of the country are at. And of course, I mean, I think the biggest amount of super stocks I've ever had at this track in recent times was probably about 5 or 6. So we've got 16, 17 of them.
Yeah, 100%. And the thing for me is, like, when I was in Invercargill, I watched the faces of some of the kids and some of the people that hadn't seen those super stocks before, Jason, and that was what did it for me, seeing the excitement in their eyes. And you can see these people are now going to want to get the streams, go to the tracks and watch these super stocks, because they were blown away. The likes of Asher coming out the corner and giving it the hoot nanny and just foot flat. And I just watched their faces, and it was pure excitement. And I'll tell you what, I'm looking here at the dummy grid, mate, and there's a lot of cars about to come out for that grand parade. It's an incredible showing again here tonight, and that's what we've seen the whole tour. And I think that's just great for Speedway and been great for the South Island.
Absolutely, and of course, you hadn't done this part of the country before,
no.
And you've come from that other island that's connected to us that needs the cable cut and float off to Australia. But of course, you've come to a part of the country you've never been to before. I mean, these tracks, I'm pretty sure you'd be surprised with just how well they're set up, how welcoming we are, and people. I mean, we get to park your cars in the tracks here. That'd be something unique for you as well, wouldn't it?
Oh, I love it. I mean, it brings me back to the old days when I started going to Speedway, to be honest, Chase. The South Island, the hospitality is second. It can't be beat. It's that simple. And I don't know why, as Kiwis, we travel overseas to see stuff. What I've seen down the west coast here, coming over here today from Invercargill, going through Queenstown, this country is absolutely stunning, and we should be just taking a break in our own country and spend our money here and come watch Speedway and go see the sights. It's just a fantastic, South Island's just unbelievable.
Well, welcome to the real island, mate. And of course, I was at your home track yesterday, over the weekend at Napier for the Peter Barry teams, and we've put the weather on for you lot, but look, you couldn't say the same for you guys. You haven't really sorted it out for me, did you? I think it was your revenge because you really wanted to go and see the Peter Barrys, but I'm pretty sure you're not upset because you've come and seen other stuff you've never seen before.
Oh, look, it's been fantastic. Words can't describe what I've seen and how the tour's been. And I talked with Peter Rees because I've been helping him run the tour, and everyone's ecstatic. They're just so happy. But another thing we're going to see tonight, Jace, which is pretty awesome, is after the meeting, a couple of these drivers are going to swap cars and have a go in different cars, and I think that's quite exciting too, to see their faces after they've been it. Like the likes of Zane Riddick's going to hop in Ash's car, and Ash is going to hop in Zane's. Two completely totally vehicles.
Alex Hill's also jumping in Peter Rees' car. So there's old swap a car, eh?
Yeah.
It's better than usual Speedway stuff where you swap your wife. So it's something a bit unique and a bit different, isn't it?
Oh, that's a South Island thing, is it? We don't see that in North Island.
No, mostly North Island, eh? Auntie, mum, and Uncle, Dad. That's absolutely brilliant. So, we're certainly we're going to just sort of we're going to find someone to interview, and we'll just introduce these guys that are floating around out here at the moment.
Well,
of
they're all
course,
coming out for Grand Parade, so I'll wait till they come back in, eh?
It sounds like a plan. And of course, that's to just give you a wee bit of education for those people that are brand new to Speedway. Welcome, of course, to Powderworx Central Motor Speedway. If this is your first time at Speedway, welcome. Most of you guys, I'd imagine, being here on a Monday, you'd have to be pretty dedicated and pretty loyal to the sport. Of course, what you're witnessing at the moment here is the sprint cars that are out. We're going to see two different types of winged cars here at Central Motor Speedway tonight. These being sprint cars, and the other ones will be modifieds. They'll come out very shortly. Very distinct advantage between the two of them. Obviously, you'll notice that the modifieds will not have a front wing on them. They have a top wing, but they don't have a front wing. And the biggest difference is that these guys here are running aluminium 410 cubic inch V8 engines, all alloy, and of course running on methanol. They've got everything sort of set up for speed. So those guys, obviously, why they have to do a warm-up is they don't just warm up their engines, they've got to warm up their drive line as well. It's a direct drive system, no gearbox, just in first, and that's it. There's no other gear. They don't have starter motors. They don't have anything. This is why you see them getting pushed off. So round about anywhere between 900 horsepower, some of these top cars, pretty awesome to watch. Fastest things that we will see in our tracks here in New Zealand. They're extremely impressive with a large field of them. And of course, Central Motor Speedway, well known for the sprint cars here. They get big fields of them over that Easter weekend. So if you're not doing much at Easter, drop down here, and I guarantee you'll see a massive field of sprint cars ready to battle it out here. On the other hand, the modifieds are usually a 406 engine. They are cast iron engines. Of course, the sprint cars, they run injection on top of that's how they get their fuel, whereas the modifieds have to run a carburetor. They're about 550, 600 horsepower for a modified, and of course, they're more full-bodied as well. You see kind of like a Fiat-type Bambina body on them, so there's quite a remarkable difference between them. One of the things that you will notice with a modified, though, is when they put that foot down, the whole chassis twists. And I've only ever seen one sprint car do that before, and that was Jamie McDonald in the Semi 1A when he came down here many years ago. Just some good stuff happening on the live stream for those people at home. So big welcome to those people that are streamed up from all around the countryside. I know there's been quite a few people that have jumped on board and watched this Rees tour. And of course, the Rees tour is basically set up as an opportunity for people to be able to see big fields of these glamour classes. The car coming out at the moment, the 126 car of Ash Rees. He's a multiple New Zealand champion, a three-peat for him in the super stock class. Now the super stocks, that's another kettle of fish, the difference between a super stock and a stock car. So the Reeses are the two front cars that you see out there. In behind Asher, we do see the 10G of Peter Rees. And of course, Pete's the daddy, Asher is the son, and of course there's another son, Ethan Rees, who races as well. And unfortunately, Ethan wasn't able to get out here and committed to his new business that he's got up in Palm. He's doing some bit of painting, some car painting and stuff there as well. So great to have Asher and Pete. You can't really have a Rees tour without the Reeses, but this is the man, Peter, was the man that put this tour together, once again, to give people in the South Island the opportunity to be able to check out what these cars are all about. If you've never seen a full field of super stocks before, you're in for a damn treat, trust me. So there. And of course, Pete's a multiple New Zealand champion as well, not just in super stocks, but stock cars as well. He's one of the only few people that have done the Grand Slam. So the Grand Slam has obviously won a New Zealand super stock champs, a New Zealand super stock GP. He's also won the North Islands, and he's also won the World 240s before. So that's considered to be the Grand Slam in our sport. And behind him, another man, the 27 car, which I must speak about, Peter Fields. Now, Peter Field has been around for, I think he said 50 years, or somewhere around that number. 48 years has been around for. Raced in this class ever since he got into Speedway. And Pete's probably now looking at this whole, well, I've been around a pretty long time. That car is just it's a good old classic car. It would be the oldest car in the field. And of course, now what Pete's looking at doing is converting over to the classic stock cars, which we will be seeing here tonight as well. So great to have Pete here. He was actually, believe it or not, the last person to win a super stock race here at Central Motor Speedway for the Methanol Masters. So great to see Pete here. These boys joined the tour, Thomas Slater in the 7H car, the Pollock Crane sponsored machine. Of course, Pollock's big, huge supporters of super stock class, super stock racing, and very much huge supporters of Huntley, and fantastic guys. Thomas Slater, last minute decided to jump on and come and check out the last part of the tour. So he wasn't able to make it to the Nelson round or the Greymouth round, but they joined at Invercargill, Dunedin. I'm hoping they'll do Christchurch as well. Another one that's travelled a long way, the Tyre General 81G car of Jason Jones. Great to have Jace here. Jace is, I met him at Gisborne actually, racing at the North Island Super Stocks, and just a man that's committed to the tour, and great to have him here as well. So fantastic here. Come past me, 212 from Wanganui, Blair Reeves Smith. That's a stock car. So let's tell you a bit of a difference between stock cars and super stocks. So they look exactly the same, but the difference is in the power plant. So the cars that are running super stock engines, they are 248 cubic inch V8 engines running quad cams. They're all the high-tech stuff. They are, of course, running on E85 fuel, or avgas is pretty much what they run them on. And they've got a few tweaks. They're allowed to have Hoosier tyres. They've got quick change diffs in them. They've got a few other tweaks as well. But it's generally in the power plant is where the power is. It's about anywhere between about 450 to 500 horsepower out of a super stock. They are designed to hit. They have one of the biggest classes in the country, but not quite big as the stock cars. So the stock cars a little bit further down with their engine capacity. Now, of course, stock cars will normally run a straight 6 Ford engine, or they will run a 3.8 litre V6 Holden engine. That's the only two engines that you normally see. There's a couple of ones that are a little bit different, but generally that's the engines they run, and they're not quite as powerful. You get around the 300 to 350 mark. One of the ones that's outstanding is that 513 car from Rotorua, which is Cullum Flavel. And Cullum was sadly missed at the Peterborough teams in the weekend, and he's an outstanding driver. And not only is he an outstanding driver, if you want to go and meet the guy, he's a brilliant guy to just have a wee chat to as well. So yeah, 934T, The Rock sponsored. Everybody knows Jack Honeybone from The Rock, and of course Stiffy on the back of his car as well, getting some cool shots off the back of the car. And of course, Jack's been going exceptionally well in this Rees tour, probably better than we've seen him ever go, which has been fantastic and great to have Jack here as a part of the tour. Jack's actually sacrificed most of his season to come and race here at the Rees tour, so he's done the whole tour. He did do initially at the start of the season a couple of meetings, but then he kind of broke away, and that was him. You can see the 16 car of Case McEwen coming off the track now. There's the 126 car of Asher Rees coming off as well. One of the ones that's impressed a lot of people around the country is the 655D of Steve Thompson. Now, Steve comes from a rallying background and has jumped into stock cars, and he sort of kind of started off a bit slow. Believe it or not, he was the commentator at Custom Signs Beachland Speedway for a wee while, and then he's decided, nah, bugger it, I want to have a crack at it. So he's jumped on, and he's been having a bit of fun. The man mountain himself, 435 Luke Malloy. Look at the size of that clown. Holy bugger me, his car's actually sinking in the back because he's that bloody tall. But Luke, he's a pretty big sort of a fella as well, but he loves his racing. His dad, Nigel Malloy, fantastic joiner based out of Invercargill, Malloy Joinery there. Fantastic field. Like we said, quite a few cars here tonight to be racing around this circuit. Sean Gooch come a long way as well in the 7G car just coming off the track. On screen at the moment we can see the 6R of Liam Marsh. So he's been on the tour. It's been fantastic to have them as well. So they come from all over the country. So pretty much easiest to say. What you'll see obviously on these cars is a whole bunch of different letters as well. Pretty much where the letter is on their car is where they come from in most cases. You can see on the screen at the moment we've got the 38B car, and so of course 38B, Scott Gallup, he comes from Napier, because that starts with B, doesn't it? But it actually it's not really. Bay is of course Hawke's Bay. Okay, so we just got a wee bit of an update coming from Booker. Booker, what's your deal, mate? What do you need today?
Just letting everybody know, while we're on the tour, we've been doing a fundraiser for cystic fibrosis kids and families, and some lovely ladies are going to be walking around with some buckets. Please, if you can give generously and help, that'd be fantastic, and I think they might have some giveaways to give away while they're walking around as well.
Anderton Decorators are a long-established Canterbury company covering the whole of the South Island who love to support their local community. If you require expert advice from design to application, then Shane has the expert team to ensure your next project is hassle-free with a professional finish. Floor to ceilings, walls to roof, inside, outside, commercial or residential. Let our team take the hassle out of your decorating. Give us a call now on 027 Painting. That's 027 724 6846. Anderton Decorators, we have you covered.
Hey, I'm Sean.
Hey, I'm Jace.
And we are Sign Solutions.
Situated at 61 Preston Street in Invercargill, we can meet all your signage needs.
Alrighty, so these guys, once again, classic stock cars. I think it pretty much describes exactly what they are, and they're made up of different various bits and pieces. That 6P tank right at the back there, that's the one to watch out for. Very fast. It's Elvis Rollins in that. One of the original tanks, and it is fast. There's no two ways about that. Probably why he's starting off the back, and probably at the end of the day, it wouldn't be too far out of whack if it was actually racing in its current status. It's a very fast car. You can see he's already made up a couple of 3 spots from the back. Actually, he's made up 3 spots as he makes his way up into turn 162 is our leader at the moment. Trevor Peters puts the power down. The good old classics getting into it now. The Castrol car, 22 bin behind Tim Ken Neal. Look at that tank, already made up quite a few spots now, makes his way up into 4th spot. And then we go back to the 96 of Greg Ham. So first lap completed, done and dusted. The nice wee roar, the sound of those cars, you can't miss it. Listen to that 6P as it comes past you. It's got that nice wee squawk that goes with it. Whoop, up into the wall. For one of our guys heading down the back straight as the 6P ducks down on the inside of him now. That's Elvis Rollins up to 3rd spot already, and about to come across the start finish line. Remember, 10 laps for these guys. 22, 62, 6. And another 6 there, so there's 2 6s, 6W of Clinton Haywood. Those are your top 4. A little bit too wide. 62 can't quite get that round the corner. That very tricky, tight turn 1 and 2 here. Very unique to Central Motor Speedway here in Cromwell. Bit of a gap back quite a way as we'll see the 8 car of Ken Squire. And then we've got the 32 drifted right back there, Robert Engelsley. And behind him, we'll see the 56 of Ken Blue Olsen. And back there, that old angular, doesn't that look pretty cool? The 0 car of Marty McFadden. Righto, let's have a look up the front, and it looks like right at the very front of the field there, the Castrol 22 car from Nelson. Ken Nell leads it from the 6, and that is Elvis Rollins. Rollins bringing the tank pretty close, it might get him. He's got a couple of laps still left to go as the 22 navigates that turn 2 pretty nicely now. Making their way down the back straight up into turn 3 and 4. Lap traffic will start being a bit of a factor here as they come off that turn. 0 car ducking down to the inside, 22 up on the outside as it makes his way up into 1 and 2, heading down the back straight. The 6 cars, Elvis Rollins can't catch him at the moment. He's found the wall coming out of turn 2 now, making his way down the back straight. He's probably lost about 3 or 4 gaps as he makes his way up out of turn 4. Further down the field, the 62 Trevor Peters having a great wee battle there as they come off turn number 4 with the next place car, the 6W car of Clinton Hayward from Wellington now. Let's have a wee look, and there must be another couple of laps left to go, and the 22 machine will get underneath us here in the control tower to wind down another lap. The Castrol beautifully presented wee car sounds amazing as he makes up into 1 and 2. 6 in behind him, Elvis Rollins doing a pretty good job, and he's going to hit the wall again this time. Doesn't matter, it's a tank. The wall will move before that wall as he heads up into turn number 3 and 4 now. So 22 is leading the race. Up past us here in the commentary box. In behind him, still the 6 getting held up a little bit there by the 32 machine of Robert Engelsley as he makes his way up to the top part of 1 and 2 now. Out of there he goes. 22 starting to open up quite a gap. He's pretty much got half the length of the back straight, so that tank was doing pretty good, but he obviously run out a bit of a steam here as the white flag into the white zone we go. 22 up into 1 and 2. Just the 3 corners to go. Comes out of 2, puts the foot down. The 6 can't do anything. Struggling a wee bit, getting around that turn 1 and 2, the big tank is, but they will come round turn 3 and 4. 1 to go for the 22. He will take the win. Ken Neal takes the win here for the first one for the classic stock cars, and behind him we'll see the 6 machine of Elvis Rollins. We'll have to wait a wee while for our next place car, and that will be this battle that's been going on for a good part of the race between the 62 and the 6. So the 62 machine of Trevor Peters and the 6 of Clinton Hayward, and then she's pretty much spread out for the rest of the field. But there we go, folks. Race number 1 for the classic stock cars here at Powderworx Central Motor Speedway. It goes out to the 22 machine. Fantastically run from him, and that literally completes race number 1 here. Up next, we will see the stock cars, and it is A versus B. 12 laps for these puppies for this particular one. So they will be up very, very shortly here at Powderworx Central Motor Speedway. Back pretty soon.
The St. Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff Kinner. Once caught, the Kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their green-boned fish or delicious power products, and you will soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing Kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you. Hessel's Poultry Farm is a family-run business situated in the heart of the Horowhenua that produce over 800,000 eggs a week to your community. With 60 years experience, this 4th-generation business know how to look after their customers. They truly are locals looking after locals all over New Zealand. Head into your local supermarket and make sure you ask for New Day free-range eggs or morning harvest eggs. Hessel's Poultry Farm supply fresh, quality eggs to your local community. They are the pride of Foxton.
You're going to do single file for 1 lap, single file across the start-finish line for 1 lap. Make sure your transponders are reading, and then we'll grid you up.
Alrighty, so the ref's just saying they're going to do 1 single file lap. 469 car comes out onto the track. Gavin Marshall, followed by the 934 of Jack Honeybone. Behind him, the 6 car of Zach Newsom. 229S is Kylie Symes, and behind him we'll see the 88H car all the way from Huntley, Justin Hutchby. 33 car is Trezan Ryland Arnabel. 66 from Blenheim is Charlie Boone, and behind him we'll see the 129 car from Christchurch, and that is, of course, Murray Gregg, who's actually from Invercargill. The 58 machine, and behind him, that's Lauren Gallup. Great to see them there. The 88T machine going round as well is Ashton Gable. Then we go back 435 machine of Luke Malloy, and behind him the 62 car of Darren Gray. 67 machine there as well, Michael Rowe. Behind him the 93P from the course Palmerston North, Brian Taniwha. 964C would be the next car out, and that's Melissa Guilford's going pretty good this season. The 212 machine of Blair Rees Smith will have the 88 car, that's Zane Tahura. And behind him the 89 car is there as well, which I don't have a listing for. We'll get that out. Oh no, sorry, it's 88C, Troy Cleveland, my apologies. And we're pretty much losing the plot after that because we've gone too far out. Okay, we're going to just have a catch up with down in the pits with Barry Hunter and the big man himself. We brought an extra ambulance in for this guy because he's going too much work around the pits and he might have a heart attack and croak. So it's down to Booker.
Cheers, thanks a lot, Chase. Hey, we're down here with the 53H, Barry Hunter. Baz, you've been doing the tour, you did the South Islands. How's that been going for you?
Yeah, it's been going pretty good at the moment. Touch wood, we don't no breakages at the moment, so yeah, we had a good run.
And you're enjoying coming down here and doing this, mate? You work on a nice tight budget, but you make it work.
Yeah, it's pretty low budget car and everything else on it, but yeah, we're making everything work, and yeah, it's been a good trip.
You can't be doing too bad. I watched you a few times, and even that bloody Brad Lane took a bit to get past you at one stage there. You hold your lines, you drive a nice line. How long have you been racing for?
I've been doing it just on 9.5 years now, 10 years.
Wouldn't do anything else, eh?
No. Once I bought the first one, I've never really turned back.
Oh, it's great to see you on this tour, and great to see you having fun during racing, mate. I wish you all the best for the night, and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, cheers.
Thanks, Chase. There's a man that's been doing it on a budget for a long time and just keeps on ticking on and ticking on.
It's amazing to say that, Booker, because we've had so many people on this tour that are doing it on a budget as well. I think a lot of guys, even yourself, I mean, you've kind of saved up your 1 and 2 cent pieces and, managed to be able to scrape up enough to come and do this tour, and that's what it's about. It's about getting around different speedways. That environment's been fantastic, eh? And he's gone again. Maybe he did have a heart attack. So it's great to have him here, actually. He's saved my bacon a wee bit. We didn't have a presenter to come down, so Booker's sort of come in at last minute. This 655 car of Steve Thompson is really impressing a lot of people around the countryside. He's been fantastic. He's been doing a lot of the trips around the countryside as a part of his campaign this season. And people are really starting to take notice. I mean, he's been at the pointy end, and a lot of very unlucky not to qualify for the New Zealand Championships at Wellington, remembering that it was close to 200, actually it was over 200 cars in Wellington for the New Zealand stock car title. I think he's going to get a 3-minute bell here. He's been waving and saying that he wants it, so let's see if they'll recognise that he wants to park up and get a 3-minute bell. But it's here, he's definitely been one to watch.
A 3-minute bell.
Yep, so there goes the referee just saying over the radio that there's going to be a 3-minute bell. So 655D, Steve Thompson's asked for it. He did say to me down in the pits before that he's struggling a little bit. There's been a bit of a reliability issue with the car over the last couple of meetings, so they're trying to pummel the crap out of that and find out what's going on with it. Another one that's done a bit of travelling as well, the 33T machine, Trezan Ryland Arnabel. Now, of course, he's been doing the traps, a very fast racer as well, well respected throughout the country as well. So good to see that Ryland's Trezan has come down to be a part of the action. Man, it's a couple of way from Palmerston North, the 93 machine, Brian Taniwha. So great to have Brian down here, 964C. Of Melissa Gifford. Now, we're talking about her before. Now, Melissa's one of those ones that's been doing the Rees Tours. We see her racing out of Christchurch, obviously, because it's got a Christchurch car, but they're actually based out of Blenheim and contracted the Christchurch club. So her and Gavin Marshall, who are they're together, they've got a bus there and they just load up the couple of stock cars and they go and have a bit of fun. And Melissa's certainly really come a long way over the last season or so. We've really started to see her get on the pace and really foot it with some of the best in the business. So great to have her here as well. 513R, can't say enough nice things about Callum Flavel. He is an absolutely outstanding driver. He would be one of the best in the country in this particular class, the stock car class, and it's great that he's committed to this tour, the Rees Tour, and some pretty fast lap times. You'll see this man definitely at the pointy end of the field as this meeting goes on as well. So there's a massive field of stock cars that have come here to race at Powderworx Central Motor Speedway tonight. It's fantastic to see them here as well. So they'll line up, and she'll be up and underway pretty shortly. She'll be pretty full on, I can assure you. And these guys, 12 laps is the distance. So we're going to give Heavy Tracks Hire the glory for this particular class tonight. It's great to have Heavy Tracks Hire. It's been associated with the club for such a long time. Ray Stewart, Heavy Tracks Hire, got a branch in Auckland, Dunedin, and also here in Cromwell as well. So heavy equipment specialist for hiring and even sales, does the odd tyre and bits and pieces as well. So Ray definitely knows what he's up to. And of course we haven't sadly seen Ray this year in the Super Saloon. I think he sort of bowed out a wee bit. Well known for that hiss and Nissan, the 34T Nissan that he used to hiss around here. As our clerk of the course now hands it over to the referee, ready to get started here for race number one, heat number one of the stock cars. This is Group A versus Group B. Lights out's the call. Then we wait 5 seconds and then we go. Racing. Jack Honeybone gets a good start, but so does the 469 machine, and that is Gavin Marshall. Those two will battle it out and head down the back straight. They're still pretty well having a good sort out, but Gavin Marshall looks like he's the man that's got it sorted out now. And Jack Honeybone's sort of fighting for that second and third position now as they come across the start-finish line to complete lap number 1. 6 is there's a car of Zach Newsham would be up in third spot. Looks like Luke Malloy. Oh, look at that. Gavin Marshall's got it wrong. And so is Luke Malloy as well. Malloy getting smacked out to the wall there, but he's managed to recover. And unfortunately, it was Gavin Marshall that got it wrong, but he's managed to stay where he is as he comes across the start-finish line and completes that lap. Jack Honeybone would be our next place machine now. He's having a look down the inside, going up between 1 and 2 now. Zach Newsham's got it a little bit too wrong. It's allowing the 62 machine a bit of a chance to catch up. That's Darren Gray as they make their way up into turn 3 and 4. Gray has another look. Looks like the 7 machine doing a pretty good job of Shannon Simon as well. Bit of contact there as he makes his way and barges his way through the field, and he puts himself just about up into that third spot. Gives Zach the wee how's your daddy before he goes past as well. A lot of smoke coming out of, looks like the 33 machine, 88 into the wall. Bit of a group of cars all stuck together here. 6 machine. Looks like Kylie Simons might have been tied up with that, and the 62 of Darren Gray. Up the front though, and it's still leading it. It is the car of 469 Gavin Marshall. Heads down the back straight now and got that car of 934 Jack Honeybone sniffing around and behind him now. Shannon Simon still holds off that third spot. Then we got, looks like the 513 car of Callum Flavel really starting to get into his work. As I said, he'll get up through the field pretty quickly there. Looks like that 33 machine of Trezan, Ryan and Annabelle's all sorted out. Bit of a comparison between the laps here between Gavin Marshall and Jack Honeybone. Gavin was the fastest car in the lap 3 and 4, so it looks like that Jack Honeybone, although he's caught up, he was a little bit slow on those last couple of laps, but he's right up sniffing the diff of the 469 car of Gavin Marshall. Let's have a wee look down the inside, as they used to say, the Mississippi Shuffle down the inside now, and he gets the pass. 934T, Jack Honeybone has got it. He'll come across the start-finish line. He'll have 5 laps left to go. There's a bit of a gap back to our third place machine, which is Shannon Simon, and he's been sort of brought in a little bit by the 513 car of Callum Flavel. And behind him we'll see one of the 88 Macars, looks like it's Zane Tahuta now, as he gets the wall a bit of a brush and makes his way down the back straight. 212 Blair Rees Smith would be in behind him, then the smoking car of Trezan, Ryland Annabelle back in that next spot now. Let's have a look up the top and see who's doing the boogieing up the front there. And I don't know because I can't see them at the moment. Looks like it's still though. Jack Honeybone got it well sorted out as he makes his way up between turn 3 and 4, about halfway down the front straight. He'll come across us here on the start-finish line and clocks out another lap. Getting closer though, Gavin Marshall looks to have found something as the 93 machine goes to the infield. That's Brian Taniwha, so he's pulled in. A couple of cars, actually about 5 of them sitting in the infield at the moment. But Cullen Flavel having a bit of fun there, getting past Shannon Simon. Simon's going to have another sniff, give him a wee tap, say, how's your daddy? And he will go and take over that position back again. It's getting pretty close up and tight up the front there with 2 laps to go. And looks like it's still 9.34 Jack Honeybone, but Gavin Marshall's found a bit more, and he is looking to try and get round the outside of Jack Honeybone. Now we should see the white flag out this time round, and we will. So they got 1 lap to go. 9.34, can he hold him off? The Rock sponsored car of Jack Honeybone comes out of turn 2, got it nice and sorted out. Gavin Marshall gets it nice and close, a little bit wide, finds the wall, but he's got it sorted out. Up between turn 3 and 4 we go. Simon and Flavel and back in that 3rd and 4th positions, but comfortably in the end it will be the 934 car of Jack Honeybone that will take the win from the car of 469 Gavin Marshall for your top 2 at the moment. We'll just wait for some results to come up on the screen as soon as we see the yellow pop up there, but that car trays up Ryland Arnabel. Look at the smoke coming out of that. If you're a Greenpeace person now, you'd be pretty peeved, wouldn't you? Because she's looking a bit like a bit of snot coming out of the back of that thing. Let's have a look at the top 10 anyway. So the winner was the 934 car of Jack Honeybone. In behind him, about 0.5 of a second behind, was the 469 of Gavin Marshall. 3rd spot, 7D, Shannon Simon. 4th, we'll see the 513 of Callum Flavel. In 5th, we'll see the 212 car of Blair Rees Smith from Wanganui. In 6th, even though it was smoking like a bitch, the 33 car of Trezan Ryland Arnabel. In 7th, the 52 of Mitchell Lockett. He's been doing all the smoking the last couple of meetings, so he obviously got that under control. In 8th was the 88 car of Justin Hutchby from Huntley. In 9th was the 6 car from Invercargill, Zach Newsom. And in 10th, the 129C car of Murray Gregg. So we're going to hand it over to Booker. I think he's got Callum Flavel down there.
I have, Jay. Sorry about that. I had one in my ear, one in the other way, trying to remember everything. So 5x3R, Callum Flavel. I've been watching you as the series going on with the Rees Tour, mate. You have been doing exceptionally well. How was that here at this track?
Yeah, it's different to everywhere else, everywhere in the country, mate. It's very different track, but it's cool. It's different.
You have raced here before or no?
Never, mate. This is the last track in New Zealand to tick off for me, so it's cool.
That's cool. Is that a big part of you doing the tour, ticking off those tracks you've never done before?
Definitely was, mate. I looked at it last time and there wasn't quite every track down here on the last tour, so doing it this time definitely was half the reason. Race at every track and have a beer in every club room, mate.
Have a beer. Yeah, well, there's certainly that been happening, and a lot of camaraderie everywhere. You've picked up a few trophies along the way too.
Yeah, mate, we did, and we were going well in Invercargill too. I had a bit of bad luck in the feature with a right front puncher, but no, it's good. And as I say, it wasn't about any trophies. It's just about racing every track and having a beer in every club rooms, and I'll be happy.
And how good have the crowds and the hospitality been in the South Island? I mean, it's second to none, isn't it?
Oh, the hospitality especially, mate. The crowds have been there and it's good, but the camaraderie in the pits and meeting new friends and making new friends along the way, it's been awesome, especially the guys that have done it right from Blenheim all the way through.
That's awesome, mate. Oh, well, I wish you the best for the rest of the tour and tonight, and well done, Callum.
Sweet as, cheers for that, Books.
Thanks. Hey, Jace, that's a big thing on this tour, and they talk about, all the drivers talk about that, the camaraderie and the friendships they're making on this tour. It's the side of Speedway we just don't see, mate.
Absolutely, mate. I've just actually got Jason Scott up here with me at the moment. He's trying to tell me, he's been very good. He's come up and said, oi, this is who's in what car here. So the only one we don't know, if anybody knows who's driving the 18 car, that'd be good to even text me. I won't give you my number though, do it dodgy like that. Ricky Bolton is there as well. Oh, cool. We've got enough to keep us dangerous anyway. So, like I said, it was actually a have a go day. So 88 Jason Scott car's actually been driven by Clay Dawson. Now, Clay Dawson's actually come up from mini stocks to have a bit of a crack. And it'd be great to see him having a go. So this is just a demo run, 525 car of Brian Ellison. So Brian's usually driving a 6-shooter. So great to have him up into a sprint car. We'll talk about that car very shortly. And then, of course, we've got 95 car, usually driven by Fedu Taiwa. That's Emma Gordon having a crack on that one. So it'll be interesting to see. And she's obviously also a 6-shooter person as well. 43 Josh Buchanan. He'll be looking for a decent run. He hasn't had a very good run this year. He's banged into everything, I think, including the ambulance a couple of times. So it's great to have him having a good run here. He's kind of over. I was talking to him down in the pits before. He's kind of over, having some issues with the car, just in the wrong place at the wrong time scenario. So he looks like he's got a gun at the moment. And of course, ex-Speedway New Zealand president, that is of course Ricky Bolton, out there having a bit of a play as well. Up into turn 1 and 2 he goes. It'd be nice to see some lap times if we can. So yeah, we'll just bring up a third graphic or something like that. We haven't really got most of the people only running transponders, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, you can see Josh Buchanan there. Josh Buchanan having a good wee run round the track. So like I said, folks, just a demo run for these guys. 6 laps, just enough. White flags come out already, so it hasn't taken long. And hopefully Jason will come up and join us when they come out next time round. Perhaps we have a bit of a talk about his season. I'll plug in a microphone for him. I didn't expect to get any guests today, so we'll plug a microphone in for him, and he can come and have a bit of a yarn. I just wonder if I can hurry something up, actually. You never know your luck in the big city. Try talking into that, Jace.
How's that go? Is that working?
Look at that, eh? We just managed to hurry something up what we've got here. So hopefully my director will mute that guy that's talking in our ear. So of course, Jason, obviously I was a bit intrigued about this 525 car. So tell us a bit about what's going on there, because that's obviously one of your cars, hey?
Yeah, so that's what we're trying to get going in the future here, because the sprint cars have got pretty competitive, and it's a big jump to just jump into them, and cost-wise. So these are a standard GM motor, 600 horsepower, and they're good for 3 or 4 years. Before you need to freshen them, the cost is probably quarter running a sprint car, and setup's even a lot less as well. So and just a good stepping stone. Hopefully we'll get a few into the season.
Now, of course, that's one of the things you've been quite renowned for, is trying to find a better way to keep the price of the cars down, make it a little bit easier for people to get into sprint cars, make it more affordable, therefore increasing the amount of people that are racing them, therefore making it better for the crowd.
Yeah, and it's getting real hard, like a new motor out of the States is 120,000 US up to, and same out of Aussie, about 120, 130,000. We've tried to do them cheaper, which we have, but it's just getting harder and harder, and the rebuild cost is 30, 40 grand, and with these CTs, I've run that thing. It's as quick as my 900 horsepower car, and it's a lot easier to drive, and I think we'll see a few people head towards it. Brian, that's the first time he's ever been in one, and he looked pretty good out there. Yeah,
it'd be good to see if we can get some lap times compared to other cars, but of course each part's performance is what you're obviously associated with, and of course second-hand engines though, even they're getting up there pretty expensive as well. You sell a few of them?
Oh, it's getting hard. Like, the sprint cars have been so competitive, everybody wants brand new and the best of gear, which you don't blame them because of safety and everything. So, it's just hopefully the LS class will get a bit of hand-me-down stuff. Maybe a few six-shooters might come up to it, and it's just we'll do whatever we can to try and keep the members on the tracks. You know, we had 25 sprint cars here a few years ago, and our numbers had died off quite a bit. So we're trying to do a resurgence and get some more members into it. And if anybody out there wants to have a look at them, have a go. Come and have a look in the pits. Talk to me. Everything's available to lease, look at, and we'll do whatever we can.
What's it cost if I wanted to, not that I would, but if I wanted to hire or lease a car for a meeting, is there much cost involved?
Initially, I usually do an initial lease for $1,000 for everybody, and you bend it, you sort of mend it, and and it varies. It goes up depending on how good the car is, of course, but it's a good stepping stone to know whether you want to be into it or not. And the 525, not sure what the price of that'll be down the track, but it's get them out there and see how we go.
Absolutely. Jason will join us again when the sprint cars come back out, and maybe talk a bit more about what Jason gets up to and how his season's been, and we'll catch up when you come back, eh? That's Jason Scott, folks, very well known for each parts of performance. Of course, for all your parts and performance needs, go and see Jace. He's got a branch here in Cromwell and also in Christchurch, their main store as well. So great to have Jace up here for a bit of a natter. Righto, here we go. Youth Mini Stocks is the next one up on our program here at the Powderworx Central Motor Speedway. Great to have a big field of these guys as well. Good support, Powderworx. I did say that, didn't I? Oh, gee, don't listen to me. Powderworx is the sponsor of this lot. We'll give it to them since I mucked up their name. So 10 laps will be the distance for these guys. And this is another class that if you are a youngster, start harassing mum now and dad now. These cars, of course, are 1200cc engined machines. It is our feeder class. It is our youth class, one of two that we run. Well, it's actually more than two, but in this particular forum, we obviously run open-wheeled three-quarter midget cars and all that sort of stuff as well. So these guys here, this is the youth mini stock class, aged between 12 and 16 years of age. So if you're 12 to 16, hit mum and dad up and come and grab yourself one of these cars. Very competitive class. And like I said, they're built like a stock car, but scaled back a wee bit. They're not allowed to hit, but they do. They run 1200cc engines, just a standard Datsun or Nissan setup, basically just as basic as it comes. It's a really good opportunity for them to get some experience before they go up into different classes of where they may or may not want to go. So, it's a very much a family-orientated stuff. These guys, the youth mini stocks, they race them all around the countryside. So there's not many places you can't go in New Zealand where they don't run a particular class of youth mini stocks. And of course, the big daddy of all the youth mini stock meetings is, of course, there's two of them. The Ocean View 5000 that's held at Wanganui every year, and obviously the Mini Stocks in Paradise that's at Rotorua Speedway. And some of the guys from down south have been up there, and they've done a tremendous job of representing their clubs. Now, we've got them from all over the place. Today you see your normal T cars, which is your Cromwell cars, and then of course you've got one from Auckland, which is Corbin Seals. Thank you, Corbin, for committing to this tour. Blair Hume from Huntly, Jade Van Verhoeven, he's out there from Kiki, and then we've got them from Nelson, Andre Musgrove, Wanganui, Paige Smith, great to see Paige here, Riley Matheson from Huntly's here as well, Palmerston North's Corbin Jack, another one from Auckland is Carlos Chestnut, and Corey Matheson as well, and Carl Vasey and Riley Symes. So great to have these guys that have travelled. Oh, wee bit of Who's Your Daddy right at the tail end of the field there with the 17 car of Corbin Seals involved a wee bit, but they've got themselves all sorted out. A lot of these kids have never driven on this track before, so this will be a bit of a unique scenario for them. Foot flat between 3 and 4. Got to try and pull it in a wee bit when they go across the start-finish line. But the leader at the moment would be our 55 machine, and that is Kayla Musgrove from Nelson. Making the way down the back straight up to turn 3 and 4. Right in behind will be the 74 car, I believe. And that is Riley Matheson now. Bit of a battle going on between them and the 117 machine there of Corey Matheson. So she's all out-of-town cars that are doing the damage. Actually, the first 5, Nelson, Huntley and Palmerston North, and then Nelson again. Auckland's Carlos Chestnut back there in that next spot. Then Paige Smith, Carl Vasey, Riley Symes, and the first of the Cromwell cars, Ollie Hinton, would be our next car, the 8 car from Cromwell. So a bit of work to do for the guys from the south, as our battle is still up the front there. 55, Kayla Musgrove leads it from the 117 car of Corey Matheson. Those 3 have got a wee bit of a battle going on up the front. Back behind them, Riley Matheson there as well, as they go across the start-finish line to complete another lap. Great wee battle. Then we've got another wee battle back before 4th, 5th and 6th. But it looks like the 99 car or Carlos Chestnut's going to come up and join these 3 at the front to give a bit of a crack, all 4 of them. Somebody's phone's just been handed in. We'll talk about that soon. As they go across the start-finish line to complete another lap. So Carlos Chestnut now come up behind the 74 car of Riley Matheson now as they make their way down the back straight. She's a foursome up the front there. Back behind them we'll see a next place car. Looks like it's the 41 of Andre Musgrove. And then we go back 23 to Blair Hume, and the 55 car there dropping back a wee bit. Is it 55? No, yep, no. And then 53. And then the 351 of Carl Vasey would be our next place car. So those North Islanders and the top of the South cars are looking pretty good up the front. Looks like the 117 machine of Corey Matheson now takes over that first spot. As they go across the start-finish line, there'll be 3 laps left to go. Back and behind them, we'll see the 55 of Kayla Musgrove now trying to get that spot back. Gets pushed a little bit wide. Look at this, Carlos Chestnut, 99 machine, up the inside, having a wee sniff for that second spot, and gets it as well, up between turn 3 and 4. Quick wee car. Carlos Chestnut will start working on the 117 car of Corey Matheson now, as they go across the start-finish line, and it'll be 2 laps to go. Up to turn 1 and 2. Oh, well, a wee bit of lap traffic here. This gives Carlos. They've come together, the 2 leading cars, the 117 and the 99, as the lap traffic has played a bit of a part there, and that's allowed Carlos Chestnut the opportunity to get the nose in the first spot with the white flag, 1 to go. She's a close battle up the front here. Great racing from our youth mini stocks as they go down. Oh, there's going to be some lap traffic here again, but they've got round there okay. 117, Corey Matheson trying to do the best they can, but Carlos Chestnut's got it sorted out at the moment. Up the top we go. Look at that battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th though. That's a bit of a cracker as well, but it's anybody's race for that spot. But look at this. It will be the car of Carlos Chestnut that does it, and it's anybody's after that. We'll have to wait for some results to come up on the screen. How close was that stuff from all those guys from the north, really battling it out and showing the south guys how to do it. There's no 2 ways about that. Let's have a look and see how it all panned out. It will be the 99 car of Carlos Chestnut that will take the win, and then 0.9 seconds behind was the 117 car of Corey Matheson. 74 from Huntley, Riley Matheson in 3rd. 41 from Nelson, Andre Musgrove in 4th. 55 from Nelson, Kayla Musgrove in 5th. 53 from Wanganui, Paige Smith in 6th. 23H Blair Hume in 7th. 351A Carl Vasey from Auckland in 8th. The 757 car of from Stratford, Riley Symes in 9th. And rounding out your top 10 was the 98 car from Palmerston North, Corbin Jack. Fastest lap of the race, of course, it was Carlos Chestnut, 21.245. And when you think about it, the stock cars, the fastest lap for those guys was 2020. So they're not too far off the pace, these wee 1200cc machines. But I tell you what, that Central Motor Speedway track has got a bit of drive and a bit of bite, and it looks like it's going to be fantastic for those modifieds that'll be coming up very, very soon. Up next, it is the Super Stocks. But there's your winner on screen, folks. Carlos Chestnut, best time 21.245. Coming up next in our program is going to be the Super Stocks, and those guys will have 12 laps. And just before we break away to have a wee bit of a look at something else, actually I can't because we're live on Facebook, I'm led to believe. Big thanks goes out to all these people that have contributed and sponsored the club. Powderworx, of course, there. Placemakers, Paul Smith Earth Moving, Porter Hire, Aspiring Glass, Heavy Tracks Hire, and Brian FM. Big, massive thanks to those guys. Just out of interest, the fastest lap for a youth mini stock round here is Trent Ainsley with a 21.019, so they're not too far away as we look at the highlights of that race for those people that are at home, streaming it up, enjoying it with a nice, hopefully cold beer. And welcome to those people that actually rocked up. It's not a bad crowd really for a Monday. And of course, for those people that don't know, one of the reasons why they run this meeting today was because it's, of course, Otago Anniversary Day. So most of Otago's got a day off. So people have come and joined in some Speedway action, which is great to have you here. Thank you very much.
Everyone has accidents, but thankfully, there is always someone there that can help fix your problem. Fraser and the team from Elite Wheels in Christchurch can put your wheels back to the way they should be with state-of-the-art equipment and operators that will have you back motoring in no time. Custom fabrications is their specialty, from wheel manufacturing and whitening to suspension manufacturing and modification. Elite Wheels have you sorted. Elite Wheels is also the preferred repairer for all major insurance companies. Drop down and see the team at Elite Wheels, 240 Annex Road, Christchurch. The right machinery and attention to detail is what it takes to produce precision engineering. At Phantom Engineering, they can do exactly that. Whether it's a race car or trailer build, or even alterations, through to anything you need built for the home, your work, or the farm. Come and chat to our team that will take the hassle away. The right gear, the right knowledge, and the right team. Phantom Engineering, 317 Waihola Highway, Melbourne, New Zealand.
If you break it, we can fix it. If you want it, we can build it at Phantom Engineering.
So Peter Rees is a legend throughout the country. Once again, he's won the Grand Slam. He's done everything that you can do in Speedway, but he's also a guy that gives a lot back to the sport as well. Back to the sport of Speedway. You will see that he's got his own truck here that he maintains and services and looks after all the cars that are here so that everybody is able to front up for racing here and the different rounds of the Super Stocks that they've been doing for the Rees Tour. So Asher, the 126 car, he is a multiple New Zealand champion, Super Stock champion. He won it 3 years in a row. He was going for the 4-peat here at Nelson this season, but unfortunately he didn't quite get there. But I tell you what, they put on such a fantastic performance. The Rees boys, first, second and third for different events this year. I think the North Islands, is where they did a fantastic job of that first, second and third. They've just legends of the sport, and hence the reason they wanted to put the Rees Tour together to give people that don't see these big fields of super stocks an opportunity around the South Island to see them. And of course the people from Riverside Speedway in the Aotearoa Electric Riverside Speedway got the opportunity to be able to watch and over the weekend are just blown away by the power, by the speed, by the skill of all these drivers that have come down to join this Rees Tour. Now, this is not the cream of the crop. It's certainly close, though. There's some bloody good drivers here. Of course, you've got the 156P, as I just said before, Trent James, and, of course, he's a fantastic kid as well. 126 of Asher Rees, the 19 of Kerry Remnant. He's the man that got a big of a deal done about him last year with doing, I think it was 25 teams champs or 20 something. Booker will be able to tell me that. So great to have Kerry here. He's not even that old as Kerry. So yeah, great also to see Thomas Slater here. We've got Liam Marsh out there as well. We've got Ian Clayworth that's joined us from Nelson. He's out there as well. That car's running a BMW engine, believe it or not, 4-litre BMW V8 engine. We've obviously got Peter Rees in the 10G car, 27 Peter Field, 38B Scott Gallup. The 44 car of Ollie Sutton, he's an up-and-comer as well. He goes pretty good. Zane Riddick from Wellington, the 61W car. Fantastic kid as well. Great to have him here. Wayne Slater in the 77 car, the H car, and we've got another 77 car out there. Sam Hughes from Gisborne, so Huntley and Gisborne there. Jason Jones from Gisborne. Alex Hill, of course, he was the winner with his partner of the Battle of Stocks this year, so he's no slouch as well. And Alex, well known from going all around the country and being part of the racing for anything to do with super stocks. You'll see him at the World 240s, you'll see him at the New Zealands, you'll see him just about everywhere and anywhere there is an event. Now, I do believe that Alex Hill will be having a crack at the 10G car of Peter Rees later on at the end of the meeting there. 229S is Corey Symes. from Stratford. Once again, no slouch. And of course, the other reason we're here for this tour, it's not only the Rees tour, it is the Paul Vasey 351R car over there. It is his retirement meeting as well. So this is his farewell tour. So Paul Vasey has been a man that's been around a hell of a long time, and he has done an exceptional amount of work for our sport, and he's decided it's time to bow out. So Superstocks Heat number 1 is brought to you by us, the Pits Media. 12 laps is the distance. It's just, when you see these guys drop that clutch, you'll see the RC lift up and they just take off. And they're just incredible to watch. The sound that they make, quad cam, Toyota and Nissan V8 engines maxing out. Of course, that is the choice of engine. A lot of the Rees cars that they have themselves are running brand spanking new Nissan V8 engines. Just incredible speed. They sound like Formula One cars, actually, when you start seeing them go. And if we get to see them at night, you see flames poking out the back of them like you wouldn't believe, out of a Superstock. So they are incredible. Now, we are very spoilt here at the Pits TV. We get to do all the big meetings. We went away to the World 240s, 108 cars, 128 cars it was, of just Superstock racing, one whole night of it. And it's just incredible. And they hit. If they're in the mood, and if somebody, and they're all about that, payback stuff. So yeah, they're incredible to watch. But here we go, folks. Listen to this. V8s. Up and away we go. Jace Jones gets a good start, but the 156 car of Trent James gets an even better start. Peterfield just lets them all go past as he heads down into turn 1 and 2 now. Trent James has got the power down. Here comes the 351 car of Paul Vasey, as well as 126 of Asher Rees and 19 Kerry Remnants in there in the party as well. Here goes lap number 1 to be completed now. And the 156 car of Trent James has got it sorted out at the moment. Let's see who's got the setup going around that tight turn 1 and 2. 126 Asher Rees. He'll jump into that second spot now. 19, of course, as Kerry Remnant drops up into third. Oh, wee bit of a snot there from the 10 on the 81 car of Jason Jones. Gives him a wee bit of a nudge. Gets down the inside. Here comes Peter Rees now. He's working on the 95 car of Alex Hill. So those guys have really got these cars dialed in around this track. 95 Alex Hill down the inside of the 19 car of Kerry Remnant. Remnant, though, gets a bit more of a challenge back. These two, or three, have actually come to a bit of a get together. 95 Alex Hill has had to back off a wee bit. Tries to duck down the inside, coming down turn 4. The 77 car now from Huntley starting to join in on the party, the Wayne Slater machine. Trent James and Asher Rees, though, they're off and gone. Asher's closing it up pretty quickly, though, as they make their way up into turn 3 and 4. Gets it a bit wrong coming into 3, though, does Asher Rees. Scrubs off a bit of speed. That allows Trent James to open up a bit more of a gap now. Up between 1 and 2 we go. Peter Rees has now moved his way up into third spot. Kerry Remnant's trying to look down the inside, as is the 95 car on Kerry Remnant now as they make their way up into turn 3 and 4. Wayne Slater back behind him. Looks like we've got the other 77 car of Sam Hughes having a wee look as well as they make their way past the start-finish line. That's got 7 laps to go. Bit of a comparison for those people at home. Looks like Trent James has been fast in lap 2 and 4 and off the speed a wee bit there on lap number 3 as we look to the start-finish line. 156P, Trent James, he's doing it at the moment. Up between 1 and 2 he goes. 126 Asher Rees is about a wee bit behind, but the fastest lap at the moment has been done. A 19.071 by Asher Rees as he makes his way up to the top part of the track 3 and 4. Trent James down the inside of Peter Field now, goes up into 1 and 2. 126 Asher Rees having a wee look as well, and down into 1 and 2, comes off 2, gets down between Pete Field. Looks like Peter Rees is now in that third spot quite comfortably. Still a good battle going on between the 95 and the 19 of Kerry Remnant. Up to 3 and 4. It's anybody's race for those guys at the moment. Right in behind them is Wayne Slater. Looks like Sam Hughes is there as well. And then we go back to the 351 car from Rotorua. That, of course, is Paul Vasey. 81 Jason Jones would be our next place car. Then we go back behind him to the 38 of Scott Gallup. Then 44 Ollie Sutton. The 7 machine there of, looks like it's going to be Sean Gooch. And then we go back to Zane Riddick in the 61 car from Wellington. Let's have a look up the front. Trent James, he's opened up about half the length of the back straight, now on the 126 car of Asher Rees. They'll come round to get the checkered flag, actually. I think they've run out of laps there a wee bit. Looks like our system there, they must have only done 10 laps by the looks of that. But Trent James will take it from the 126 car of Asher Rees, and then 10 of Peter Rees, 19 Kerry Remnant, the 95 car of Alex Hill. My apologies, folks. There was supposed to be still 3 laps left to go there, so somebody hasn't passed on the right info there, I don't think. Let's see if we've got some results here for everybody. There we go, look at that. Trent James will be your winner in the 156 car. And he did a fastest lap actually of 18.919, so he put on a faster lap than Asher did earlier on in the race. In second spot, 126 Asher Rees next. Then there was a 10-lap race, even though it's listed as 12. And then we go to 10G Peter Rees. He would be our third place car. Fourth was 19 from Bay Park Speedway, Kerry Remnant. In fifth was the 95 car from Nelson, Alex Hill. In sixth was the 77 car from Huntley, Wayne Slater. In seventh was the other 77 car from Gisborne, Sam Hughes. In eighth was the 351 from Rotorua, Paul Vasey. In ninth was the 81 car from Gisborne, Jason Jones. And in 10th was the 38 car from Napier, Scott Gallup. Like we said, that's the top 10 there. And of course, fastest lap, as we said, 18.919 by Trent James. So think about that, those big, heavy cars pulling those sorts of laps. If we have a look, 16s we usually normal for a saloon round here. 6 shooters about a 16 as well. So they're pretty much on par with some of the faster cars around the tracks here at Central Motor Speedway. Great stuff. 156 Trent James, hell of a character. He's actually looking for a MILF, he told me down in the pits. A long story, folks. It's we actually might have him on camera a little bit later on, so if there's any ladies out there, he is looking for a nice sweet partner, and you can see he can drive, so that's a good start, I suppose. He must have a wee bit of money, because you wouldn't be able to afford to buy one of those cars normally, so could be a good catch here, folks. So Trent James, we call him the MILF Hunter. I won't go into too much detail behind that. And he's definitely a bit of a character. If you get a chance, come down to the pits after the racing and meet these guys. They really are a hell of a hoot. Yep. Righto, so we're going to have to stay talking. I want to really have a break, but we've got Modifieds up next, and we're live on Facebook. So for those people that joined us on Facebook and also on TikTok and YouTube and all that sort of stuff, welcome, of course, to Powderworx Central Motor Speedway here in Cromwell. Beautiful day here. I was in Napier at about 6 o'clock this morning. It was nice there, and in Wellington it was an absolute dog box of a place. Righto, so I think we've got Booker down there who's managed to go from one car to the next. It took him 25 minutes to go down one car. That's how unfit this man is. Let's hand it over to him.
Thanks a lot, Jace. I'll just quickly say, if you're in that big tower at the front, can you sit back? It's leaning forward a bit. So anyway, we're down here with the 99A Carlos Chestnut. What an exciting race, mate. You did a really good job. How good was that?
It was really good. Thank you very much. I really enjoyed this track, and it's really hard and fast. And thanks to Dad for cleaning out my carburetor so that this car runs better.
Yeah, I heard he did that the other day, give the car a clean. We said it going better ever since on the tour, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, that's awesome. You drove some really nice lines, very patient driving, dear. I mean, you come from a very good racing family. Have you taken some advice from Dad and others above?
Definitely, that's where I get all my advice from. Big shout out to Dad for giving me all of that too. Thank you very much, Dad.
That's awesome. Look, yeah, drove exceptional. How much fun are you guys having to? I saw, I think your sister doing a blog each day. What a fantastic thing she's doing. But it looks like you guys are having a lot of fun.
Yeah, quite a lot of fun actually. It's been really fun.
Better than school, eh?
Way better than school.
Oh, come on. Hey, you still got to do schoolwork. We're on tour, do you, or no?
No.
Hey, look, I wish you the best for the rest of the night. I hope you enjoy yourself and enjoy the rest of the tour. Well done, Carlos.
Thank you very much, sir.
Just let Carlos know that if he doesn't go to school, he end up running a website called Cockpit Media. So it pays to actually go to school, doesn't it, eh, mate? So there you go.
All Had to get that last one in, didn't he, eh?
Oh, absolutely, eh? All right, you'll be waiting to the food caravan for the next half hour, so let's get into the racing. I'm actually boiling the kettle black here, but it's just good fun to take the mickey out of him. Actually, I don't think we've really done anything together, Booker, have we? It's been quite interesting, to be fair. Righto, here we go, modifieds. Now, as I said to you before, these very much look like sprint cars, but they're not. And they're not even really close to what the sprint cars are, other than the fact that some of them actually have a sprint car chassis that's been converted into a modified chassis. So the man of the hour is the 2NZ machine of Brad Lane. Now, Brad is a multiple New Zealand champion in the modifieds. Unfortunately, they had the modifieds at Waikaraka Park. He just didn't quite have the run that he needed. He sort of banged into a car. He got relegated a couple of spots, and that was his New Zealand champs done. But he still did enough to grab himself at the 2NZ. So very, very talented driver. In actual fact, Brad is also well known for a bit of kart racing as well. He does a bit of dirt track kart racing, and he's been hanging around a wee bit with a guy that owns a twin-engined kart, and so he's been going all around the countryside racing this kart. So this man is so driven. He drives anything to the maximum. There's no two ways about that. There's a few stories that we won't tell that are not suitable for here, but he's a bit of a character and a hell of a nice guy, and I would consider him to be, his whole family to be very close to our family, and he's just, if you ever get a chance, he's about as knee-high to a grasshopper, but hell of a nice guy, hard worker, and these guys, they've been doing this Rees tour, and Booker was talking about budgets and stuff like that. These guys have been going around the countryside sleeping in the back of their trailer. They just wanted to be a part of this event, and so that's exactly what they've done. Slept, camped, they had a good setup at Nelson. They just a hell of a nice bunch of guys, as is most of the guys in this modified class. Now, of course, the modifieds, ironically enough, is brought to us by Rees Race Cars. 12 laps, I believe. I don't know if I can believe that or not. After the last one, Super Stocks are supposed to be 12, but they are listed for 12 laps, so let's keep an eye on that man with that flag. And also out there, we should see the car with 22 Hayden Corbett. I don't think he's out there. Our list is a bit outdated, to be fair.
Everyone to stay in their grid until the green.
We might just see if we can get an updated list shortly. Okay, so Hayden apparently wasn't able to make it. I know we've definitely got Ian White out there in the 32 machine, so we'll just have to do this by ear. Right, let's do it. Watch Brad Lane check out of here. Now, I've told him to be careful around that 1 and 2, but he's obviously not taking my advice as well. But Jason Kalin should out there in that 12S machine, I believe. So, my apologies, folks. They didn't really give us much of a list to work with. I think that's 23 is Scott Ritchie. And we've got a 47 out there, Ruben Brown. So looks like Brad Lane's already checked out. Righto, so here we go. Brad Lane comes across the start-finish line to complete another lap. He's got 9 to go, according to this. And behind Tim, Jason Kalin in the 12 car. And then we've got the 23 machine. That is Scott Ritchie. And behind Tim, it looks like we have got the 47 car of Ruben Brown starting to work on the inside of that other machine now as he makes his way up into turn 3 and 4. Coming off there, we'll see the man from Greymouth, which is Ian White. Then one spot back, we'll see the 53 car of Barry Hunter now. Let's have a look up the front, and Brad Lane goes across the start-finish line. Last lap, 15.442 as he makes his way down the back straight now. Got the foot down. You can see he's opened up the length of the back straight already on the rest of the field, which, of course, 12 Jason Kalin will be our next place machine. And behind him, Scott Ritchie's starting to catch up to Jason Kalin now as we make our way past us in the control tower. And behind them, we'll see our 43 car, which I'm not sure who he is at the moment. And then we got back one spot, that's actually Scott Ritchie, and then 47 Ruben Brown. Those two battling it out, Ritchie and Brown. And then Ian White's come up to join the party as well. Then we go back one spot to the 53 car of Barry Hunter, who's about to be caught up by the 2NZ machine. And that is, of course, Brad Lane. He'll go across the start-finish line and still got that fastest lap of 15.442. Not the fastest man on the track by the looks of things, though. Goes up nice and high, up on turn 4, around the 53 car of Barry Hunter now. One spot back, we've got Jason Kalin. He's been caught up lap by lap by the 23, I believe, and that is, I'm not sure, as he makes his way up into that turn 3 and 4. It looks like it's Braith Kalin. Actually, who it is, 23 GM. He's going pretty good. Fastest lap for him, 15.44, and I believe it's about faster, about 0.2 of a second faster than Brad Lane has done. So he's got the fastest lap. Braith Kalin is his name. There we go. Right, let's have a look. Brad Lane, where is he? He's got 1 lap to go anyway. The white flag is up. He's up onto turn 3 and 4. He's caught up to Ian White. Comes off that turn 3 and 4. And there we go. Boom, done. He gets the win. Nice and easy. Oh, a big puff of smoke out of the 32 car of Ian White as our 23 car of Braith Kalin gets in that second spot. And then, of course, the 12 of Jason Kalin back in third. So we'll just wait for those results. My apologies, folks. They gave me no lists up here. Very frustrating. So 2 NZ in first spot from Huntley. Brad Lane is your winner. In a second spot in the 23 Greymouth car is Braith Kalin. In third spot, the 12 car from Stratford, that is Jason Kalin. In fourth, the 47 car of Reuben Brown from Greymouth. In fifth is the 43 car Scott Ritchie from Greymouth. In sixth, the 32 car of Ian White from Greymouth with that big puff of smoke right at the end of the race there. And in seventh spot, we will see the 53 car of Barry Hunter. There we go. Fantastic. Fantastic. Brad Lane, fastest lap, 15.442. Not the fastest man, as we said before. Braith Kalin, he was a 15.440. So, but of course, Brad was about to, he's lapping some of those third and fourth place cars at one stage there. Alrighty, I believe that is the modifieds done and dusted, heat number 1, and that would just about complete round number 1 here at the Powderworx Central Motor Speedway. I can hear Booker in my ear. So as we've got these highlight reels coming up, obviously he's got something to say. What is it? Are you saying that the hot dogs are good at the caravan, or what are you up to there, Booker?
Oh, I finally got my ice cream, but I've actually got 38B Scott Gallup with me here for a bit of a chat too, Jace.
Oh, there you go. Well, you might as well have a chat while you're there, eh?
That's right. So we got Scotty Gallup here, 38B. You've been on the tour, mate. You're having some fun. It's a family thing. We spoke to your wife the other day, enjoying the stock car racing. How's the super stock going for you?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's like you say, it's heaps of fun, and we're running mid-pack most race, so I can't complain.
Look, the big thing for me is Scott, that you've taken this tour as fun, family time, because one race the other day you weren't worried about points. You put Zane Riddick in your car because he was having such a bad run. Yeah,
but look, we're all on the same journey, and would have been unfortunate if he didn't get a skid on the track. So, and it doesn't worry me.
Fantastic, and I was talking with the wife. It's good to hear the kids are putting the tablets down more and more as the tour goes on and getting out and having fun. You must be happy about that.
Oh, it's fantastic. They're making heaps of friends along the way and getting the hands dirty.
I think your daughter is the best bidder for auctions ever, mate. She jumped you up to 6,000 for a cutout the other day. How good was that?
Well, we all know that daughter's... what's a nice way of putting it? Costs lots of money.
Listen, mate, I appreciate you talking to us, Scotty. We won't hold you up much longer. We know you're getting the cars ready and Lauren's about to go out. Hope you enjoy the rest of your tour, and I'm sure we'll talk again soon.
Thanks a lot, Matt.
Thanks. See, Jace, that's what this is about. Even the kids are loving the tour. They're still doing the homework, Scott's kids, but they're putting that tablet down more and more and getting friends and watching Speedway and having fun, mate, and that's what it's about.
That's what it's about, and then, of course, if you do your homework, then you don't end up running cockpit media on Facebook. So there's also some very good lessons in this, isn't there? But it's just amazing. I mean, this is what this is all about, dude. It's about getting around and having a bit of fun and seeing some of these different tracks. A lot of these guys have never actually even raced on that. I'd be interested to have a talk to Brad Lane and ask him what he thought of this fantastic track here at Powderworx Central Motor Speedway, just because he's done just about every track, and it'd be interesting to see what he thought of this one.
I'll head over there and see if we can't get a word shortly with him. But yeah, it is, and that's the thing. What I said, when Scotty said Zane's car was out and he hadn't run that track before, so he gave his car up so Zane could have a run on track he'd never run before, and that's the sort of attitude and camaraderie the whole tour's got, mate. But we will go and try find Brad for you, and we'll come back to you shortly.
Alrighty, so there we go, folks. Up next, we've got our classic stock cars. So this, the first round's been completed, so we've got 3 rounds of everything tonight. Today, and then of course we'll get into our final round and some feature races and stuff. A couple of bigger laps coming up for super stocks. I have a 15-lap feature race. Stock cars also a 15-lap feature race, and the modifieds will have a 20-lap feature race. So bit of a great display of fast racing already here. Great to see these guys that have, like we said, have really come and joined in and done the whole everything. Alrighty, so we have the classic stock cars, and once again, this is another class that's kind of come to light over the last couple of seasons. A couple of guys had a few of these old stock cars lying around the traps, and they thought, righto, instead of just letting them rot away to nothing, let's restore them back. And then they've created a class out of it, and of course, you know what happens with a couple of old boys with a bit of money. They start getting a bit competitive, they start reliving their youth, and basically the start of the classic stock cars has kind of turned into, well, how much money do you want to pump into it? So, and as we said before, there's some beautifully presented cars out there. As one of the guys we're talking to, one of the other drivers in another class, they were just saying that some of these cars could fit it with some of the stock cars that are floating around in this day and age. So, and you hear the horsepower that comes out of these old girls as well. But they were built pretty tough back then. And we see different variations of stock cars. You heard us referring to the tank, which is the 6P car. And of course, tanks are vehicles that are built pretty much what they're designed to do. They're tanks. So, and of course, that's the development. So the first tank was built in Palmerston North. It came out, 1P, I think was the number of it. Bruce Robinson, who's the promoter from up the road there at Powderworx North Speedway, was one of the first people to race one. I think this was actually his car, if I correct me if I'm wrong. And this thing was built for one thing only, and that was to go out and wreck the stock cars. And you look at the eras of the different eras that are there, about when that tank was built was about when that car up the front there, the white one, was running around as well. So the development of the cars you see here versus what they are out there now that running around is just incredible, and how much that's developed over the years. Of course, stock cars and super stocks are very much unique to New Zealand as well. You do get some sort of variations of them in Australia, but not like what they're built here, and of course not like they hit here in New Zealand. Of course, these guys are just out of control. One of the reasons that is because in other parts of the world, if you race the car and you intentionally hurt someone, which is basically what can happen here, you can be sued for it. And not only can the driver be sued, but the promotion can be sued as well. And so that's why this class is very much unique to New Zealand. And of course we have ACC, so there's no suing in New Zealand. So that's why that these guys go out week in, week out. There is obviously some variations of them in England as well. Brisker F1 cars is what they're called over there. And they are big block engines. And some of those cars actually race on tar seal. So if you ever get a chance, get on Facebook, go and check out F1 Brisker cars, the stock cars in England. Some of those are running big, 500 cubic inch engines in them, and stock cars and stuff. They don't tend to hit or take out, but they are able to. They are allowed to, but you don't see the big nasty hits that you can see here. I just came from an event called the Peterbarry Teams over the weekend, and there's guys that are literally putting their cars and their bodies on the line for their entertainment and for their province. So Peterbarry Teams is obviously Palmerston North and Rotorua and Stratford and all those guys from different parts of the country going to Peterbarry, to Napier for the Peterbarry teams, and just smacking it out to see who's the team that's going to come out on top. And I can't say who came out on top because Booker will kill me. He hasn't seen it yet and he wants to watch it on demand tomorrow. So, like I said, there's some fantastic stock car racing, big fields up in the North Island. Of course, the New Zealand Champs that was held in Wellington for stock cars, over 200 cars. And that's all they raced the whole weekend, 200 stock cars racing. So it's from an era gone by, and it's great to have these guys here as they get into their next race. Just listen to that tank going round in that 22 machine, but The lead car at the moment will be the 8 car from Blenheim, which is Ken Squire. He's got the old girl wound right up. You can see the 6 machine ducking down the inside of our 96 car from the Bay, Greg Ham. And of course, just remember, folks, these guys do not run my laps in their machine, so we can't give you lap information or anything like that. As I said, just a sort of not so much a demonstration class, but just back to the way where they were before all that electronic stuff came out. As we head down the back straight, 8 still leads it from the 6. So then we go back, it will be the 22 car of Ken Neal. And good wee battle going on between these guys. Bit spread out, but they're keeping it nice and tidy. Looks like the 22 a little bit too sideways there. That'll allow the 6W machine of Clinton Haywood to have a wee bit of a crack. The 62 machine would be our next car of Trevor Peters. And then we go back behind him. The 96 look back a wee bit, that's Greg Ham. And the old girl, the 26 machine there, just cruising around. It's not 26. Yes, it is 26. He's not listed here, though. It's a bit of a shame. But let's have a look up the front. And it's a good wee battle going on up there with the 8 car of Ken Squire. The 6 car has closed up. Elvis Rowlands now as they make their way down the back straight, going around the outside of the 0 car of Marty McFadden. And then we go back there. These two having a great battle coming off turn number 4. And the foot goes down for our 8 machine. And that is Ken Squire. Back behind him, the 2 6 cars. Running second and third, the 6 of Elvis Rowlands and the 6W from Wellington, Clinton Haywood. They're starting to close up a wee bit now. The 22 car of Ken Neal would be your next one. Then we go back to the 62 car of Trevor Peters, the 96 and the 26 there, having a great wee battle for those minors. Sorry, my light, 76, Lindsay Swale is our car that's back there. Looked like the 20 from the back here. And he's having a great wee battle there. It's a good battles between battles here. He's getting right up behind, having a wee look down the inside into turn 1 and 2 they go. And look at that wee battle going on between the 96 and the 76 now as they head their way down the back straight into turn 3 and 4. But up the front's where it's at. And that 8 car's doing a fantastic job at the moment of holding it off. That's Ken Squire, and that 6 tanks waiting to pounce as they make their way down the back straight. The 6W car is back in that next spot. Here comes the tanks manoeuvre now. Oh, they've got a wee bit of contact there. It's supposed to be non-contact into the inside. I think he might have got a wee bit of an advantage there. I think the old referee might have a wee bit of a chat. I think he's got through, but it might have cut out half the track there as he makes his way out of turn number 2. And he takes over the lead for now anyway. Then we go back behind him now. The 8 car drops back to that second spot, and that is the car from Blenheim. That's Ken Squire. And there we go back to the 6W of Clinton Haywood, then 22, who was our winner of the first race. I think Ken Neal would be in that next spot. 1 spot back, 62. Trevor Peters has got the speed on as well as they all go around the outside of the 0 car of Marty McFadden. Up over to the back straight we go, heading into turn 3, and 6 is your leader. Elvis Rowlands got it under control at the moment. Back behind him we will see the 8 car of Ken Squire as the white flag comes out. It is 1 to go. And Ken Squire's got a wee bit over the other 6 machine of Clinton Haywood now. We are, referee saying something in our ear. Now the 6 car ducks down the inside of the 32 machine to put him a let down. Robert Anglesey. As we come off turn number 4, checkered flag will drop. It will go for now for the 6P car of Elvis Rowlands. Then back and behind him we'll see the 8 machine of Ken Squire. Then we'll go back to the 6W of Clinton Haywood. Behind him we'll see the 22 machine of Ken Neal and the old 62 girl of Trevor Peters, about the top 5 or 6 there in that one. So that was, of course, classic stock cars, heat number 2. Up next here at Powderworx Central Motor Speedway, stock cars B versus C. We'll be back very shortly here.
Hey, I'm Sean.
Hey, I'm Jace.
And we are Sign Solutions.
Situated at 61 Preston Street in Invercargill, we can meet all your signage needs.
motorsport is in your blood, then Speedway Garage Palmerston North and Wanganui is your home away from home. From Speedway trivia nights, car reveals and good dirt track banter, along with great food that has our famous steaks, roast of the day and classic pub meals, Speedway Garage is the place to be. We look forward to hosting you at one of our 2 locations, 528 Main Street, Palmerston North or 45 Anzac Parade, Wanganui. Don't forget to check out the Pits TV Garden Bar. See you at the finish line.
Alright, here we go. The next group of stock cars, don't eat a Macintosh coconut lolly when you're about to do commentary, because now I can't get rid of anything. Terrible, eh? Righty. Here's my stock car list. We're starting to get the actual names now. They're supposed to bring me up some, but I've seen nothing. Here we go. 52 over there, Mitchell Lockett. He's a man from Wanganui that's been doing the traps, and I've been watching a wee few of the streams while I've been away, in particular in Dunedin and in Invercargill, and his car's been smoking for the whole time, but it seems to have settled itself down. So I wonder if they fixed the issue that was wrong with the car. Initially they didn't know what was wrong with it, so obviously they tracked it down. The 16 car that's out there is of course, well, it's Blair Lockett actually. So Casey McEwen would normally be the pilot of that thing.
A reminder, stock car drivers, you will be stopped on the back straight for this one, and I will give you a green call over the radio.
For those people at home, get to hear what the race radio. So in Speedway, they have one-way communication. So the drivers themselves can only receive; they can't talk back. So it's called a race radio. So for those people that are home on the live stream, they can actually hear what the referee's saying. Unfortunately, we don't do it onto the track. We just don't think it's very appropriate to do that. So he's just sort of saying to them that they've got to get themselves all sorted out. I think to just make sure they come past the MyLaps and get the right information. With that many cars on there, it's pretty hard to... thank you, Doris. There's another food person actually over there. I forgot about her. Connected to the end of the club rooms. Actually, there's a man standing there right there with an orange shirt that's going to line it all up for you. So if you want to grab, that's really good, just homemade food. So if you want a good Sammy and a biscuit and whatever you want, go and see Doris down there at the end of the club rooms. She's got some fantastic, really good homemade food. Her food's legendary. Usually I get a fruit from her, but clearly I haven't been eating fruit lately. So they're going to get the green from over the back straight, they tell me, clearly. There's something a bit different, mix it up a wee bit. So this one is brought to us by Heavy Tracks Hire. It's 12 laps is the distance. Stock cars heat number 2, as we said before. And there is, of course, Group B versus Group C. So, yeah, there's a big field of stock cars here. They'll be all racing. They're not doing groups, I've just been told. So my apologies. Just the all-in one then, is it? Actually, that's right, 100% right. I should have listened at the start of the meeting when they told me that they've dropped the race, which was, of course, the other group. So that's why there's only the one group. So 16 actually been driven by Blair Lockett, usually Casey McEwen. He's a club president here, would drive that machine. So he's obviously handed the keys over to that machine. And of course, Zach Newsom from Invercargill, Shannon Simon from Dunedin, Dylan Prattley, Trey Zahn, Rylan Annabelle, Mitchell Lockett, Lauren Gallup from Napier, 62W, Darren Gray, 66E, Charlie Boone from Blenheim. E stands for Eastern States, obviously. 67H from Huntley, Michael Rowe. 88H from Huntley, Justin Hutchby. 88T, Ashton Gable from Cromwell. 88C, Troy Cleveland. I do believe he'll be having a skid in the Harley Robbs Superstock. There's a bit of a rumour going around. So looking at buying that. 88D, Zane Tahuta. 93P, Brian Tunnyfar. 129C, Murray Gregg. 212V, Blair Reeves Smith. 229S, Kylie Symes. 435, the man mountain himself, Luke Malloy. 444S, Jade Symes. I'm not sure if they're out there. 469, Gavin Marshall. Good battle with the the front runners there in that last race. 513R Cullen Flavel, 655D Steve Thompson. I'm not sure, is Steve out there? Hopefully he might be. He said when I was talking to him earlier in the day, he said he's had a lot of problems with this car in the last couple of meetings. 846I Pete Young, 934T Jack Honeybone, and 964 Melissa Guilford, of course. Jack Honeybone on the pace for this one. That first race. He's back out there again. I'm just trying to see if I can see 655D. Once again, very, very fast. No, I don't think he's out there, which is a shame, actually. Would have been good. I'm going to give him some sponsorship next year. I think he's that good. So hopefully it will go a long way to enhancing his racing. Beautiful night here in Cromwell for this event, the Rees Tour, South Island Tour. Started off at Nelson Speedway. They were a part of the Superstock Stampede up the top part of the country there. And then, of course, they made their way down to Greymouth, where they had a skid at Greenstone Park in Greymouth, had a good run there. And then they were at Beachland Speedway last Friday. And then, of course, to Riverside Speedway on Saturday. And then they had a bit of a day off yesterday. And here today at Powderworx Central Motor Speedway. And then, of course, they will finish off as a part of the main event, the Modified Invasion at Coken Woodford Glen Speedway. That kicks off on Friday and Saturday. I believe there's a big field of modifieds for that one. Always a popular sort of a deal there. And then, of course, they'll have their own super stocks there. So it should be a rather large field of super stocks and stock cars for the support class is what the Rees Tour is. So there for the Modified Invasion, but big fields of everything else. So will be one not to miss. And, of course, I'm useless. Last Friday they started at Blenheim, then they went to Nelson, then Greymouth, then Dunedin, Invercargill, here in Christchurch. Thank you, my director, for reminding me of that. She's telling me off for talking too much, but oh well. Right, so not sure what they're up to here. I think we've got to get a bit of a hurry along though. We're going to have some bit of a sunstrike coming up a bit later, which tends to happen here at Central Motor Speedway as well. So hopefully we'll get a few more races done before that hits. I do believe there's an auction coming up a little bit later on. There's a cutout, a Rees Tour cutout, which has been signed by all the drivers. That's raised a fair bit of money for cystic fibrosis, I believe, is what he's raising money for. Is that correct? Or have I got that wrong? Yep, that's what they're raising it for. So, yeah, make sure if you get your dollars out, and then we'll have a bit of an auction a bit later on, maybe when that sunstrike may or may not be there. All right.
Lights out.
Lights out. Here we go. Let's see what Blair Lockett can do in Casey McEwen's car off the start. He's got a goodie. On the outside of him will be the 52 of Mitchell Lockett. So the nice wee steady wee flow of cars here coming off turn 4 as they make their way across the start-finish line. Now, of course, this is only the start of the first lap. They just give them a bit of a back straight start. It looks like 52 cars, the mover, Mitchell Lockett, but looks like Blair's got it under control at the moment, though. For 513, here he comes. That's, of course, Cullen Flavel. He's already made his way up to second spot. Looks like the 93 car, that, of course, is the car of Brian Tunenfar. Got spun around there and drops right to the tail end of the field. Down the back straight we go. And the 16 machine of Blair Lockett leads it at the moment. Back and behind him, it looks like it's going to be our 513 car of Cullen Flavel. A bit of smoke poking out of the back of something there, as it looks like it's Trezan Roland Annabelle's car. He obviously doesn't care. He'll just drive it until it blows up. as they make their way down the back straight. Looks like the 7 machine of Shannon Simons made up a couple of spots as well, and he's closing up like a missile on those other 2 cars up the front of him. He's got that set up about 100% right, I'd say, as he goes across the start-finish line and completes lap number 3 with a 9 to go here at Powderworx Central Motor Speedway for the Rees Tour. The stock cars on track, heat number 2, and 513 Callum Flavel from Rotorua takes it. Shannon Simon gives the 16 car of Blair Lockett a bit of a snot up the back. Looks like we've got one spun round over the back straight there. Looks like it's the 469 car of Gavin Marshall sitting there like a sitting duck. Gets it back round again, and he's away as we look for 513 of Callum Flavel. He'll go around the outside of that car that just got spun out of the 469 from Christchurch, and that's Gavin Marshall, of course. Going across the start-finish line, Flavel gives him a bit of a push. Get out of my road. Up into turn 1 and 2. 7, Shannon Simon still holds off that second spot. 16 car of Blair Lockett being challenged hard by the 52 of Mitchell Lockett. Then we go back. Looks like it's the 229 car of Kylie Symes as they make their way out of turn 4. Looks like old mate there's starting to put a bit of camouflage on. Is that much smoke poking out of the back of the 33 car of Trezan Ryland Annabelle now as he makes his way up to turn 1 and 2. Look at the thing's not going to blow up shortly. I don't know what is. Let's have a look for Callum Flavel. He's coming off turn number 4 comfortably. Look at the battle going on for that minor spots there. Looks like it's 3rd, 4th and 5th. It's got it going on. 52, 16 and 212. Blair Rees Smith is about to catch up behind them as well, and here comes Jack Honeybone. He's come from further down the field too, and he's doing a pretty good job at the moment. It is Callum Flavel the leader. Looks like we've got the 964 machine spun out there. That's Melissa Gifford as well. Let's have a look up the front, and it is the 513 car of Callum Flavel that's got it at the moment. Shannon Simons looming around in that second spot. Wee bit of a lap traffic still. The car of Gavin Marshall is in his road, but Callum Flavel's got it down the inside now, coming off turn number 4, and he'll have 3 laps left to go as he goes across the start-finish line. 7, Shannon Simons now got to navigate through the 469 car as they come off turn 2. Back behind him, it looks like it's still the 52 machine back of that next spot of Mitchell Lockett. Then we go back to the 16 of Blair Lockett, and then a bit of a smoke there. I can't really see the other cars. Jack Honeybone looks like he's the man right up beside the 212 car of Blair Rees Smith now. Up into that turn number 3 and 4. The smoke out of the back of Trezan Ryland Annabelle's looking a bit dodgy as he's created a bit of a smoke screen for himself. Battle going on between 212 and the 964T. It's, of course, Reeves Smith with the white flag out now, and Jack Honeybone. Can Honeybone gain that spot? Looks down the inside, up between 1 and 2. Looks like he might have it. Got to have, he's had a wee bit of contact there to put him off a wee bit and put him off his mark. But here comes the 513 car. Callum Flavel will take heat number 2 here for the stock cars, and back in that second spot it will be, of course, the 7 car of Shannon Simon. Got pretty quick on that one, and then of course we'll have to wait and see. Looks like Mitchell Lockett might have got that next spot. We'll wait for the yellow to come out to get the unofficial results up on the screen. Here's our yellow. So the unofficial results here for heat number 2 for the stock cars for the Rees Tour, of course, 513 Callum Flavel. He will take the win. In second spot, 7 Shannon Simon in this car from Dunedin. 52 from Wanganui, the V car of Mitchell Lockett. The 16 T car from Cromwell, but obviously another Wanganui driver, Blair Lockett. And then the 212 car from Wanganui, Blair Rees Smith. And then we go back, 6th spot, 934 Jack Honeybone. Done a lot of work to get up into that 6th spot from the rear of the field. 33T Trezan Ryland Annabelle obviously did enough to get in 7th spot with the smoking car. 8th spot, the 88, all the 8s from Huntley, Justin Hutchby. The other 88 car in 9th spot from Christchurch, Troy Cleveland. And rounding out your top 10, the 6 from Invercargill, Zach Newsom doing a pretty good job as well. Fastest lap of that race was, of course, the 513 car from Rotorua, Callum Flavel. 19.66 is what it was. Right, I'm joined back in the commentary box here by Jason Scott, and of course we obviously got the demo machine. Did you find out who was driving that other car yet, Jace?
Oh, I can't remember his name yet.
We'll get around. We'll just call him Oi.
That seems he's from Timaru anyway. He's a dairy farmer.
There you go. There we go. We'll just write the dairy farmer. Alrighty, so let's talk a bit about your season. Of course, I haven't really seen much. Have you been doing much around the traps, Jace?
No, not too much. A wee bit here, and then I did start it off at Woodford Glen in the modified, and it just wasn't going right. So, and just done here. Had a couple of right events here, but I'm getting old, and she's getting harder.
I thought you might have, because obviously you did a whole stint there a few years ago back at Western Springs Speedway, and of course that the Holy Grail they call it's been rumoured to be shut down. I'm not sure if that's 100% true, but from all intents and purposes it is. I thought you might have showed up there last weekend for maybe one last haul.
Went up a couple of weekends ago and watched the show there, but those boys are just going so hard, like I don't know if I'd qualify in the top 20 anymore, but these young boys they're going hard and their cars are hooked up, and like Daniel's team with Joel and what's his name?
The other fella. Max Guilford.
Yeah, Max. Sorry.
He's the one in Z2, by the way.
And for them, most weeks they're on the podium, the two of them. That's just been a massive effort of Daniel. Been amazing. Like they were first and second again the weekend. So, and that's at the Springs, and she's tough going up there. When did you last see Jonathan Allard on the podium?
Absolutely. I mean, that's one of the things that we've seen though. But Max Guilford, the good thing about him being a Kiwi with the 1NZ, we've seen many times where the Americans come over, they take our New Zealand titles, but we don't get to see them. But at least with Max Guilford, we get to see that. And it's amazing how much Daniel's put into the sport. He obviously got injured and doesn't drive himself, but he's given up his cars and given up his time to Joe Myers and of course Joel Myers and of course Max Guilford. Ever thought about doing that yourself? Maybe getting a car and putting somebody in it?
Oh, I thought about it, but it's a big commitment, and what Daniel's done, he's just given up his whole summer and that. Like I put a lot of guys into new cars, and that's a task in itself to do. And to do it properly, you've got to do what Daniel's done, and he's got the gear, spent the money, and he's got the two best drivers in the country, and good on him. He's done amazing. It's a credit to him.
How long is it going to be before your daughters perhaps want to have a bit of a crack in a sprint car? Because you've got one in the mini stocks, haven't you?
Yeah, Alicia's in the mini stock. She's loving that, but it's a big step to the next level, and that's probably why I'm trying to get the CT class going. If anything, it'll be that'll be where I'd put her into. But we'll see. She gets a wee bump out there and she whinges at me about it, so she's got to harden up a bit yet.
Is that right? So, I mean, obviously you've driven these beasts around this circuit so many times. Explain to the people out there, what's it actually like to drive a sprint car? What's the G-forces? What do you feel?
It's like the G-forces are probably pretty normal for me nowadays, but in the early days it was quite a bit. But the biggest thing is you're so excited out there at times you forget to breathe. You'll do a whole lap round here sometimes without breathing, and after about lap 5 you wonder why your heart's about to stop. So, but it's amazing adrenaline rush. Like I've got supercars and stuff over at Highlands and that, and it's enjoyable. But the speedway's just next level, and wheel to wheel racing. You got it's a pretty good field of cars, not as much crash as there used to be, and it's the track's always changing. And there's a whole lot of different things in the environment you can tune your car to, and I think that's a challenge that we all love. Whether you're the driver, your pit crew, there's a whole lot of rivalry in the pits. It's just the whole thing. It's amazing sport,
Well, let's talk about Methanol Masters. The last time I actually seen you driving a sprint car, you'd wiped out half the field of the first couple of turns, got sent to the back and still come through. But I hear that Phil Game has got a very, very good engine, actually a record breaking engine from Kiki, supplied by Aussie Sokol. So, I mean, I suppose, that's an amazing event in itself. It's certainly, I don't think we all expected it to be as good as what it was. Are you looking forward to that one?
Yeah, certainly are. I'm on the younger half of the field, so one hand it's an advantage, but you lose it with your age penalties. But looking forward to it. They've got 30 cars, I think, or just about 30, so a few more than last year, and a few competitive cars here as well. Bit earlier in the season as well, so the weather should be good. The whole event should be amazing again, and Tanya's doing a great job promoting it, and it'll be a great event, so don't miss it.
Okay, we'll come back to you very shortly, Jace, but I do believe Booker's got an interview downstairs. What's going on there, Books?
Yeah, I'm down here with the 61W Zane Riddick, and I just thought I'd catch up with him because he's had a bit of an up-down tour, Jason, as it's gone on. So, listen, Zane, you started off not too bad. You got yourself a trophy, but one meeting there you couldn't get the car out for any races, but thanks to our good mate Gallop down there, he put you in the car for the night. How good was that to have a race in another man's car?
No, it was pretty cool. Really enjoyed myself with a different car, but yeah, it wouldn't be possible without Gollett for having a play with him. But yeah, it's something different, but it's all about learning, and we're all here to have some fun, and we're all here to bond with the tour, and yeah, it's been really good.
It must have been a good feeling to, like, you're the only sort of one in Superstock here, but to have all the other guys rally around you to help you to get the car sorted. I mean, that's a pretty special thing to happen, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't be more thankful for them, to be honest. Like, for all the Reeses and everybody else on this tour helping us out and just giving us parts that we need to carry on. It's pretty unreal. I'm very thankful for them.
And you got you did 3 good races the other night. You've raced here tonight. First time at this track as well. How'd you find it?
Very fast. Yeah, I ran out of legs down the straights, but I was mint on the corners. But yeah, I was just puddling along, trying to keep the car nice and cool. But hopefully we'll have a bit more pace this time.
Awesome. Look, thanks for talking to us, Zane. I hope you have a good night and the rest of your tour. I know you're having fun. We get a bit of a break after tonight, have some relaxation. But enjoy yourself, and it's good to see the cars running good again.
Will do. Thank you, Box. Cheers, guys.
Righto, team.
Cheers.
Thanks for that, Booger.
There you go.
Yeah. Right, you go back to the hot dog stand. Actually, you probably get me one too. I'm probably overdue for one, to be fair. Alrighty, so back with Jason Scott. Actually, all of us could probably put the hot dog stand out of business, Chase. Here we back up here with Chase. So we're talking about Methanol Masters, and of course that was the brainchild, I think, of this club, and it certainly paid off. And what about yourself? Is there any sort of kind of preparation for that? Because like you see, you haven't really done much racing, have you?
Nah, not a heap. I'll try and do a bit of training, get a bit of fitness in it, but that'll be about all I can do for it. You know, the car's already prepped and ready to go. Absolutely, righto. So these guys are starting their demo runs, and looks like that 525 man's got it kind of dialed in. Just remembering, folks, he come from 6 shooters. Brian Ellison in that 525 car. He's doing a pretty good job. And we've got the 43 machine of Josh Buchanan. He seems to have found a bit of form, and Ricky Bolton going not too bad, looking around the outside of our man, the dairy farmer, as he makes his way up into turn 1 and 2. The 88 machine there of Clay Dawson doing a pretty good job, starting to get the hang of it, puts the power down the back straight, gets up behind the 18 car. As the way you look up high, Jason looks a bit nervous as he goes around the outside, manages to get the job done though, and it goes across the start-finish line. Fastest lap out there at the moment is a 13.967 by Josh Buchanan. Ricky Bolton's doing 14.9s, and Emma Gordon in the 95 car, not too bad for a 6-shooter driver, 15.611. Be interested to see what the 525 car's doing, but Josh Buchanan definitely closing up pretty quickly on that machine as they go across the start-finish line. Emma Gordon up the front of those two now. Josh Buchanan looks down the inside. Just a demo race, I know, but these guys, they won't be out there being demos. They're out there having a good time and having a crack at trying to get around each other. Josh Buchanan looking a bit late, going into turn 4, white flag and checkered flag all in the one go. So Josh Buchanan was listed as being the person that was the one that was leading the charge there. But no, fantastic to great for they have these sprint cars here having a bit of a go, and that's what it was, Chase, wasn't it? It's been a bit of a have of a go day today, isn't it? Yeah, we had a wee gap in the traffic potentially today, so these guys have been wanting to have a go in a sprint car for a while. Clay Dawson, he hasn't had a run in the car since he got out of youth mini stock, and I'm pretty impressed with how he's going out there, nice and smooth. You know, these young guys, they watch over the years, even before they get in a race car, they know the lines because they've watched their parents or somebody in the cars, and they just get out there and they go for it. They've got no fear. It's always Dad's checkbook, so it's easy. You know, yeah. But Clay's doing real good. Brian, you know, he's in the 6-shooter class and he's in the 525 there. He's his line's looking real good. I just talked to him before. He could hardly speak. He had such a smile on his face, and his wife told me to piss off. So,
yeah.
But no, he couldn't believe how the sprint car, because of the wings against the 6-shooters, just so much quicker.
Well, that's one of the things too. The wings, they're very active. I mean, the faster you go, I've always been told, I've never experienced myself, but I've always been told the faster you go in a sprint car, the better they handle.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, if you got the balls, they'll do the job. You know, they just stick like glue, and as you go, the faster you go,
how do you do such a good job if you need balls?
Oh, I got weight.
Yeah, you're real weight. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Hey, once again, if we want to have a talk to you about getting into the sprint sprint car class, or even learning something about it, or knowing something about it, or what do we need to do? Come and see you down in the pits after the meeting?
Yeah, 100%. Just I'm not too hard to find around the town and that, but yeah, come and see me during the night. I can show you around the cars, and yeah, just come along.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Jason Scott, who's joined us, and might come up and have another bit of yarn a bit later on. So once again, each part's of performance, and that's where you can find them here in Cromwell and in Christchurch. So thanks, Jace. Appreciate that.
Last time, please, manage top drivers. Same as last time, we'll come out and we'll get behind the pace vehicle, nice and slow, all in our grids. We'll do a lap and then we should go green with a bit of luck.
Okay, folks, here we go with the youth mini stocks back out. So great to have Jason up here. Just a bit of a different insight. Having drivers up, I quite enjoy talking to some of these guys. I was a bit gutted last night. They had a night with Peter Rees and Paul Vasey, and I was supposed to run that, but I got stuck in Napier, which is a real shame. I'd like to have actually had a really good conversation. So I'm going to do that coming up in the next few weeks. We'll get them on a live feed, and we'll give them a really good chatting to, and yeah, so everybody at home can join in. So Powderworx, 10 laps is the distance for the youth mini stocks, heat number 2, getting through this program quite nicely. I'm just about to enjoy. I enjoyed a nice wee sandwich from Doris's food shack down there, and at the end of the club room. So if you want to come around, nice sandwiches, fresh as, man. I think even the chicken's still clucking. I know there's a whole heap of hens in the hen house next door here, but my chicken sandwich is definitely doing its clucking. And a nice wee bicky as well. And yeah, all I need is a bit of bourbon for my Coke, and I think I'll be set for the night. Righto, let's have a look at what we've got here. Ollie Hinton is out there. We should see Joshua McIntyre.
Close up those caps, drivers.
Next, of course, the young brother of he's having all sorts of problems with the starter motor. I'm not sure if he made it out or not, to be fair. He's actually very, very fast. I think he's out there, actually. Yeah, you know he is. He's in that second row. And his brother Jacob McIntyre, we all know Jacob, of course, races the 88i sprint cars. So I'm not sure what Josh's plans are. I think he's kind of getting out of one of the youth classes anyway, I believe, youth saloons, and maybe looking at going to something else. Daddy-O was down there before, didn't let up to too much, but here we go, race number 2 for the youth mini stocks. They get a good start. 13 is the one that does it as well. Thomas Scott, having a wee look around the outside. Being pushed wide, though, by the 17 car of Corbin Seals. So it was all the North Islanders. Looks like the 89 car, not such a great start there. Bella Stratford, as they make their way up into turn 3 and 4 now, and about to start go across the start-finish line. And our leader at the moment looks like it's the 17 machine from Cromwell, from Auckland? One of them anyway. Auckland it is, Corbin Seals. And behind it is the 12 car of Joshua McIntyre. And then we go back to the 88 car of Lucy Scott, of course, Jason's daughter, that was up here just before when the sprint cars are on. She's doing a good job, back comfortably in that third spot now, closing up as fast as she possibly can. Back in behind her, the 13 car of Thomas Scott, then the 23 car from Huntley, Blair Hume. Oh, somebody's gone around there. That would be the 55 car of Kayla Musgrove. Manages, they're going a wee bit of a slidey session over the other side of the track there, coming out of turn 2. That might bring out a yellow. No, they're going to get it back going again. That was the 8 car, looks like was the car that spun out. That was Ollie Hinton as they come into the infield. Ollie has, as the 17 car still leads it. Corbin Seals from Auckland. Right up the diff is the 12 car of Joshua McIntyre. He's having a wee look up on the high line coming off turn number 4. A big battle back further down the field though for that 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th spots. And they've got a great wee battle going on there. 99 car, here comes the car from Auckland. That's Carlos Chestnut. He's made his way up from the tail end of the field. Fastest lap so far, though, the 74 of Riley Matheson. Looks like Joshua McIntyre's got the job done. Will come across the start-finish line now, and he will be the leader. Corbin Seals now drops back into that second spot in the 17 car. Then we go back one to Lucy Scott, still about 2 or 3 off the pace there. Look at Chestnut, though, coming up through the field. Oh, there's a 4 car. She's getting a bit close to the wall there. I think they'll get it sorted out. That was the 41 of Musgrove. Lucky not to go over there as they make their way past the start-finish line. Josh McIntyre, fastest lap, 21.984 versus Corbin Seals, 22.473, and Lucy Scott with a 22.188. So Lucy Scott's actually the fastest car on the track at this stage in that last lap anyway, as they make their way out of the turn number 4. 3 laps left to go for our leader. 12, Joshua McIntyre. 17, having a wee look down the inside, up onto the top part of 1 and 2 there. Good bit of a coming together between those two. Joshua's got it sorted out at the moment, but that lap traffic's going to make a bit of a difference here. The 86 car who's got the better line, Joshua McIntyre, looks like he's got it at the moment. 17 snuck in behind there, Corbin Seals, as they go across the start-finish line. Great racing from these two up the front now. We go back further down the field, and Lucy Scott's all right at the moment, but looks like we've got Carlos Chestnut starting to get into his work, but he might run out of laps here. He's got a bit of work to do to catch up to that third spot car. Here comes some more lap traffic to make it difficult for our leaders at the moment. White flag comes out, 1 to go. Can Joshua McIntyre hang on for another 4 corners? 17 down the inside. Corbin Seals has a wee look. That's he got the momentum coming off turn 2, does, but Joshua McIntyre has it covered at the moment, up between 3 and 4. He's down the inside. This will be a close finish between these two. 17 looks like he's got his nose in the head. Checkered flag comes out. 17 will do it by the looks of it. We'll have to wait for the yellow light to come on to find out the results of that one though. But it looked like the 17 machine might have done enough. Corbin Seals from 12, Joshua McIntyre. Lucy Scott was safe there, and then Carlos Chestnut in that 4th spot. Bit of smoke from the 41 car pulls to the infield. Let's have a look when we get the yellow. Here it comes. Righto, 17A, Corbin Seals takes the win from Joshua McIntyre, 0.101 seconds behind. In the 12 car from Cromwell, he's actually from Invercargill. 88, Lucy Scott in 3rd spot. 99 from Auckland, Carlos Chestnut in 4th. 117H, Corey Matheson from Huntly in 5th. 23 from Huntly, Blair Hume in 6th. 74 from Huntly, Riley Matheson in 7th. 351R, Carl Vasey back in that 8th spot. And 757 from Stratford, Riley Symes in 9th. And rounding out the top 10, the 13 car from Cromwell, Thomas Scott. Fastest lap, no surprises there, from the tail end of the field up to 4th spot. The 99 car of Carlos Chestnut with a 21.373 second lap. So just before we break away, have a bit of a break here. Powderworx are the major sponsors here at Central Motor Speedway. There's a shot there of the 17 car of Corbin Seals. Big thanks to them. Placemakers as well. Paul Smith, Earth Moving, Porter Hire, Aspiring Glass there as well. And we've got Heavy Tracks Hire, Brian FM, and we can add to that Transport Repairs, Porter Hire, Sign Biz, and Crichton Sandblasting and Paint. Big thanks goes out to those guys that shut up for 5 minutes and give everybody a bit of a break from me, and we'll be back very shortly. Up next, when I get my list of what's up next, it's another class, and it will be Super Stocks up next here. It's Powderworx Central Motor Speedway. Back soon.
It doesn't matter how hard the job is, we suck it up and get it done. No matter how dirty our hands have to get, we suck it up and get it done. Suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up.
Suck it up and get it done with suckitup.co.nz.
Hey, I'm Sean.
Hey, I'm Jace.
And we are Sign Solutions.
Situated at 61 Preston Street in Invercargill, we can meet all your signage needs.
Jason, can you hear me up there, mate?
Sadly, yes.
Hey, I just thought I'd make a point. We've got that auction coming up shortly, mate, and I believe your young son's going to run around the track showing everybody what they're about to have a look at to auction in a couple of races.
Yeah, but that's, of course, very important. So for those people that want a bit of a memorabilia for this, there's a cutout, a CNC cutout, a steel cutout of a Rees car, and it's been signed by all the drivers. and you'll be able to bid on that. And what's the highest bid we've had at a track so far, Booker?
On track in the middle, the highest bid has been, I think it was $750.
Yep.
In the club rooms was $1,100. So let's see if this track can take the limit and beat it, because it's a great cause, mate. Cystic fibrosis, it affects our kids so badly, and if we can help the kids and their families out, then we should. You know, it's a great cause. The government aren't looking after them, so why don't we?
So what's your involvement? Why all of a sudden did you want to choose this charity, Books?
Okay, so each year myself and Reno, Kins, my offsider, we choose a charity, and we're in the Gisborne club rooms a couple of years ago, and Josh Prentice, a lot of people know him as a great speedway driver as well, and he asked if I would do the cystic fibrosis charity as one of our charities, because he has a child with that disease. And as we've gone on, we've found out a lot of drivers in our sport have kids with this, so it was a no-brainer, mate, to just get behind it, another speedway family thing.
No, full credit to you guys. I've got a mouthful of biscuit.
Put down your sandwich.
I have now. Well, that's great. So you'll be able to go out to the infield very shortly. You'll see Booker. You can't miss him.
That's right, you can't miss me.
And you'll see Stiffy running around. And Stiffy's, a lot of people say, why is you call him Stiffy? It's got nothing to do with what you think it is. Actually, the reason why we call him Stiffy is he loved to use, as a kid, he used to put a lot of hair gel in his hair. It was so solid and so stiff. And that's how he got the nickname Stiffy, for all you dirty-minded people out there. Righto, so after this next race, we're actually going to be joined by Brad, who's going to come up and tell us all about the track. Instead of getting Booker to do it, let's bring him up here. So 2NZ Brad Lane will be up here in the commentary box. That's what it's about, share the love. We've got Jason Scott up here. He's sort of like a legend of Central Motor Speedway, Jason. He's been here a bloody long time. He's done a lot for the sport. He's also taken a lot of money from the sport, I must say. That's what happens when you go in a part shop. A couple of old boys are having a fight there with water bottles. That won't be very interesting. It's like watching my 90-year-old grandfather throwing a bottle. Right. Super Stocks is where we're at. So the winner of the last race was Trent James. 156P's down further down the field this time, so he's got a wee bit of work to do. And of course 126 Asher Rees. Now Ash has pretty much won every round of this deal except for Beachlands. He didn't have a very good run at Beachlands. I think he did some damage in the feature. You can definitely start seeing the cars are getting a little battled and worn, because they haven't been racing quietly. They've been putting the foot up, these things, so that's what they're designed to do, and that's what they've done. Let's go racing. Who's got it off the start? Good battle going on between 77 and 44. 77, they've been pushed a little bit too high. Oh, there's the 7 car up the wall. That course, that's Thomas Slater. He'll scrub up quite a lot of speed now. Let's see them sort themselves out already. Trent James is right up there, but he's got Asher Rees right up his butt as he comes down into past the start-finish line, puts himself up into second spot now. So our leader is the 77 machine. Of course, that is Wayne Slater. Makes his way down the back straight. 156P. Trent James is up in that second spot, really starting to hunt down the inside. Put himself into first spot. Looks like 95 Alex Hill's chosen the high line. 156 Trent James now looks down the inside up between 1 and 2. Looks like though the 77 car's got it covered at the moment. 126 Asher Rees is back in third spot. Then we go back to the 10 of Peter Rees. 44 Ollie Sutton would be your next place car. Then 95 Alex Hill. Corey Symes would be the next one in the 229 car. Those three got good wee battle going on. 351R Paul Vasey would be your next place car. 156 Trent James now, those got the lead. He heads down the back straight up into turn 3 and 4. 77 car of Wayne Slater will drop back to that second spot. Then the 126 car of, it looks like it's Asher Rees would have the 10G of Peter Rees back and behind him. Those four opened up a bit of a gap now. 95 Alex Hill would be your next place car. Oh, Paul Vasey's been caught up. Oh, there's a wee bit of a touchy-feely session going on there. And 229 car of Corey Symes and Paul Vasey were tied up there. Paul Vasey rejoins though right at the tail end of the field now. Let's have a look up the front. And still our leader, 156P, Trent James is your leader. Back and behind him, it looks like it's going to be the car of... Who is it? It is going to be 77 car of Wayne Slater. Sorry, I got put off a little bit there. Then we go back behind him. It's the 126 car of Asher Rees, 10G, Peter Rees, then 95 Alex Hill. Behind him, 44 Ollie Sutton, 19 of course Kerry Remnants made up a few spots as well. Then we go back behind him. It will be the 7 car of the Sean Gooch, who's about to get challenged a little bit there by Jason Jones, and also challenging him is the 38 car of Scott Gallup. One spot back, Liam Marsh in the 6 car, then Ian Clayworth, Zane Riddick, and then we got Thomas Slater, and of course the 351 car of Paul Vasey brings up that tail end of the field now. Up into 1 and 2. 156P, Trent James comes off 2. He's got about 8 over the car of the 77 machine, and that of course is Wayne Slater. A bit of a difference between those guys is 19647 versus a 19686. That's between Trent James and Sam Hughes, well, I'm not sure. Oh, that is Sam Hughes in second spot, my apologies. And then we go back behind him would be the 126 car. So good going over there for Sam Hughes. I wrote him off already, and the boy's right up in second spot there. But it is the 156 car, Trent James, fastest lap, 19.176. Up into turn 1 and 2. We've still got 5 laps left to go. And 77 Sam Hughes would be in that second spot. Then we go back to the 126 machine of Asher Rees. 10G Peter Rees is about 5 or 6 back in that next spot. Big gap back to the 95 of Alex Hill, then 229 car of Corey Symes. Another big gap back to the 44 of Ollie Sutton. 19 Kerry Remnant scrubbed off a bit of speed there, so he must have had a bit of a problem during the race at some stage. 7G Sean Gooch would be next. Then Scott Gallup, 81 Jason Jones, and then of course we go back. Looks like Liam Marsh would be our next place car. Ian Clayworth goes a little bit too wide, and that allows Paul Vasey the chance to get through, as well as Thomas Slater. Not too far away from those guys. We will see the 156 car of Trent James. This will be 2 from 2 from him if he keeps it going in that right direction as he goes across the start-finish line, and we do have 2 laps left to go for Trent James. Sam Hughes in that next spot, closing up pretty quickly though, is the car of Asher Rees as he comes off turn 2, loads it up down the back straight there. Oh, he gives old Ian Clayworth a nice wee snot, does Asher Rees, as he went down the back straight. That got old Ian a bit of a puckering moment there. And then 10G's Peter Rees would be our next place car, and it is the white flag is out. 1 to go, the white zone, 156. Trent James up to turn 3 and 4. He will go. Just the 2 turns left to go. Trent James takes the win from Sam Hughes from Gisborne. Back behind him, Peter Rees. And then we go back to the next place car, which is 95 from Nelson, Alex Hill. And rounding out that top few spots here, the 229 car of Corey Symes. Trent James, 2 from 2. He's just been getting better and better every race. Let's have a look at the results. Unofficially, of course, 156P Trent James. Apologies to Sam Hughes, I got him mixed up with another car for most of that race, for the first part of it anyway. He got in second spot from Gisborne. 126 Asher Rees also there in third spot from Gisborne. 10G from Gisborne, Peter Rees in fourth. In fifth, the 95 of Alex Hill from Nelson. In sixth, the 44 car from Christchurch, Ollie Sutton. In seventh, the 7 car from Gisborne, Sean Gooch. In eighth, the 38 from Napier, Scott Gallup. In ninth, the 81 car from Gisborne, Jason Jones. And in 10th, the 351R of Paul Vasey. Did not a bad job to get back on the spot, considering he was sort of snotting around a wee bit there. So, yeah, Asher Rees looks like he wants to use that bumper a little bit there, giving Ian Clayworth a bit of a who's your daddy hurry along in that race. There he goes. Winner, Trent James, fast time, 19.1 7-6. So they're honking around this Powderworx Central Motor Speedway track. Look at that, eh? And the sun is now covered behind some clouds, so we won't probably see some sunstrike, which has got to be a good thing, doesn't it? Criteria would allow you just about to do that. But anyway, yeah, so that's what's coming up. Plenty to look for and race for. If you've got nothing better to do, go and support your local speedway track and enjoy it. And a nice wee atmosphere like we've got here today, just nice and relaxed. And this is what this whole series has been about. Bit of fast racing added into it. 53 Barry Hunter is our first car over the back straight. Then we go 32 Ian White, bit of smoke. Obviously, we might have solved that problem. 12 is Jason Kalin. The 23 is Braith Kalin. And then it looks like it is the 47 car of Reuben Brown. And 43 Scott Ritchie there as well. And then, of course, the 2NZ car, Brad Lane, who was the winner of the last one as well. So, so it's been an interesting wee time for the Rees Tour. Big thanks goes out to my crew as well, who have been running around the South Island while I've been gallivanting around the North Island, and everybody's been just doing the job, which has been fantastic. And everybody at home's been able to watch the Rees Tour, which is what it's about. And, hope you've enjoyed the coverage that those guys have provided for you. Big thanks goes out to Michaela and Stiffy and the team. And obviously we've got a new cameraman over there, actually, on the United Scaffold Tower over there, the corporate box. His name's Hayden. He's come to join us, done a fantastic job. He's only been here a couple of times, which is awesome. So thanks, Hayden. And, of course, we've got Calv at the top, who's been in the North Island with me for the last wee while. Stiffy's running around like everybody knows. He's a kid on steroids. But, big crew, big commitment, big efforts to get, I think we had 6 streams running over the course of the last few days. So, fantastic team that we've got, including the North Island guys. Righto, let's get back into what we're here for. Modified Rees race cars, 12 laps. Heat 2 is on the agenda. Brad Lane with a wee bit of work to do. He's got to get past some pretty good cars there. Let's see what he can do from the tail end of the field. He's got Jason Kalin just in behind him. Great to see Jason here as well. He joined the tour when he, Greymouth actually, I think is where he joined the tour. Was supposed to do the gold nugget thingy thing that they were doing there, but they couldn't get that done due to weather, which is a bit of a shame. So he's come down to Cromwell, and hopefully we'll see him next weekend. Well, we will see him next weekend at Coke and Woodford Glen Speedway for the modified invasion. Let's boogity boogity. Let's go. So 23, Braith Kalin gets the good stuff. Oh, he's been pushed up. Brad Lane, he's just found the outside of the wall. Maybe he won't come and talk to us if he's going to drive like that. Oh. But up the front we go, and Braith Kalin's the man that's got the go on at the moment. Back and behind him, we'll see the 47 machine. He's doing a pretty good job as well. That's Reuben Brown holding off that second spot now. Back and behind him, we'll see the 43 of Scott Ritchie, 1 spot back, 32 Ian White. And then Jason Kalin goes down the inside of Barry Hunter. And, of course, Brad Lane brings up the tail end of the field. Brad just starting to find his feet now. Obviously, hit into the wall on turn 1 and 2. Didn't do him any favours now as he makes his way up into turn 1 and 2 now. Let's go back up the front though, and Braith Kalin's the one that's doing the bizzo at the moment. Goes across the start-finish line, leading the field about 1.528 seconds, and behind him we'll see our second place car, which is the 47 of Reuben Brown. Another big gap back we go to 43 car of Reuben Brown. Sorry, no, that'll be Reuben Brown, and then behind him 32 Ian White with that puff and smoke car, and then we've got Jason Kalin back behind Kalin. We will see Brad Lane now. What can Brad do? Comes down, tries to get it nice and tight, coming out of 1 and 2 now. Can't quite make it stick yet. But Braith Kalin's the one that's disappeared off the picture at the moment. Oh, Jason Kalen's gone a little bit too wide. That's allowed Brad Lane to gain another spot now. He'll start working on the 32 car of Ian White now. Gums down onto turn 1 and 2. Ian's gone wide. Brad Lane comes down. Oh, he just about contact between those two. This is where the battle is. It's for those minor spots between 3rd, 4th and 5th. Brad into the back of Ian White. Has another look down the inside. Can't make it work yet. Goes up to work, goes down low. Ian White's got a bit of smoke, gets the Mississippi Shuffle down the inside now of Ian White, puts himself up a spot. He's going to start working on the 43 machine next, which of course is Scott Ritchie. He'll come past us in the control tower. Let's see where our guy Braith Kalen, and he's already starting to get into lap traffic. He's got Barry Hunter in his sights. As we look back to our second place car, the 47 of Reuben Brown, we've still got 4 laps left to go. Alrighty then. That battle's still on. Brad Lane's managed to clear the 43 car of Scott Ritchie now, but there's a big gap, almost a length and a bit of the back straight back from 2nd to 3rd, which of course Brad Lane 3rd, and the 47 machine in 2nd, which is Reuben Brown now. Over to turn number 3 and 4 we go. Up nice and high goes the 23 car. The differences are between, that doesn't really make much difference, but the 23 car of Braith Kalen's the one doing the damage at the moment. He's about to catch up behind Jason Kalen, so that's how quick this young fella is. He's got this thing dialed in beautifully now. Oh, he's got a bit high, but he's managed to keep it off the wall. He's really got this thing pushed. He's into the side of the 32 car, gives him a bit of a nudge, ducks down the inside and starts making his way. The white flag is out, and it will be the 23 car of Braith Kalen. It's all over the place for the last part of that race. He'll get that first spot. Back in 2nd, we're still waiting for, where did 2nd go? I don't know what happened there. I've lost the plot a wee bit, but there's that's Brad Lane. And did 2nd have a bit of a mission, a bit of an issue? Have to have a look. Let's have a look at the unofficial results to find out what was going on there. Okay, so no, he's gone. So 23 of, you can see what happened there. Greymouth car of Braith Kalen takes the win. Back in 2nd spot, 2NZ, Brad Lane from Huntley. In 3rd, 12S, Jason Kalen from Stratford. In 4th, the 43 GM car from Greymouth, Scott Ritchie. In 5th, the 32 car from Greymouth, Ian White. In 6th, the 53H of Barry Hunter from Huntley in 6th. And 7th, 47 from Greymouth, Reuben Brown. Somebody tell me what happened to the 47 car. He was in 2nd for most of that race. What did I miss? Who's my director? What did I do? Oh, look at Brad Lane. He's got a flat tyre. So he managed to be able to do that with a flatty. 23 Greymouth car, Braith Kalen. He's the one that's done the boogie and won that race. What a fantastic drive from him. Give him a round of applause as he makes his way on the track. But wasn't that interesting? He was so clean and smooth for most of it, and then all of a sudden he was a bit loose, and maybe the car's starting to go off a wee bit. There's a lot of drive on that track there.
Build it, make it, fix it, shift it, tow it, stow it, dig it, lift it, mow it, trim it, grind it, chip it. We hire it. Mix it, pour it, smooth it, finish it, saw it, clean it, nail it, polish it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it.
Hey, I'm Sean.
Hey, I'm Jace.
And we are Sign Solutions.
Situated at 61 Preston Street in Invercargill, we can meet all your signage needs.
Well, we've been joined up here in the commentary box by none other than Bradley. What's your middle name, Brad?
Don't have one.
You don't? Talking to the mic?
Don't have one.
Okay, he doesn't have one. Brad Lane, of course, 2NZ modified driver. Hey, thanks very much, first and foremost, for coming down to Central Motor Speedway, and also, obviously, for, looking after us as well. But this has got to be a unique track. I'm very, very interested to hear what you have to say about this Powderworx Central Motor Speedway track.
It's fast. It's real fast. The poor old girls singing their lungs out, but 1 and 2 is just nothing like anywhere else. With the banking and stuff, and the corner's quite tight, you can still fire the car in there, and it just sticks there. It's pretty impressive. I went up a little bit higher after the race, and the car's still stuck real good. So, yeah. Hopefully the track doesn't get too much higher. I don't want to get too close to the fence, but we'll see what happens.
Well, if we just hang around till night time, I mean, this track traditionally gets even faster because that moisture comes back up through the track. But you had a bit of an exciting start to that one, Brad. So what was that? Was that somebody come into you, or did you just stuff it up?
No, I guess it's just the way that the wall's shaped around the outside there. You know, there was sort of enough room, and I second guessed about it, which probably saved me a little bit. But yeah, got caught there on old Scotty Ritchie, but. Yeah, it was pretty hairy there for a little bit, but managed to obviously pull it down, and the car seemed okay, so we sent it.
Absolutely, and of course you've done a lot of tracks around the South Island, some of these tracks you've never been to before. Are you enjoying this whole atmosphere, this whole deal? Has it been something you've enjoyed and glad you've done?
Yeah, you know, the biggest thing about it's probably the social side between all the classes. You know, you sort of come to your meeting come to your racing at a particular meeting for, you know, particular classes where... you know, afterwards in the club rooms and stuff, you got super stock cars, you got mini stocks, kids and dads and parents and stuff, and you know, and you mingle with them all and stuff, and you get to know these people, and then watch these kids come through and stuff, and you know, you've been watching a couple of stock car fellas and super stock dudes that you've talked to in the pits, and you sort of start following them, and then it actually gets you intrigued a little bit more to get up there and watch a bit more racing.
Absolutely, and of course that's one thing that Peter said to me. Peter Rees, you know, obviously legendary superstock driver, the man that's organised all this deal, and he actually said to me, you know, Brad Lane's not as dumb as he looks. He actually goes pretty damn good, doesn't he? I said, absolutely he does. But I mean, that's the thing. You've also a lot of these guys that have appreciation of of your skills. You've got appreciation of their skills. You know, you ever thought? I mean, I know you got asked that question before. Would you ever consider going in a class? But would you ever consider having a crack in a superstock? I mean, I heard you drive a bloody jelly bean round a jelly bean bowl, eh?
Mate, if it's got wheels and a motor in it, we'll drive it. But you know, yeah. Hey, look, I wouldn't back down to any of it. But you know, with the contact and stuff there, does it scare me a little bit? Yeah, maybe. But you know, that's all part of it. And you know, I've had some big twacks in my time anyway, doing it all by myself. So. You know, if the opportunity arose, I'm sure I'd get in and put the foot down and see what they drive like.
Well, the thing is, though, but in order to be the best in the business, you've got to have that little bit of aggression. A controlled aggression, probably is what you would call it. You know, it's the people that take the biggest risks that win the races. And, you know, we've seen modified titles before where it's been on the limit. Usually the last corner in the last race, the last lap, there always seems to be a bit of action, and referees are all running around trying to save the day and all that sort of stuff. But that's the difference between the best and the next best, isn't it? So that wee bit of aggression that's required.
Yeah, you know, you can't just go out there and sit behind the car in front of you and sort of hope that he makes a mistake. You sort of got to apply some pressure and look to where the other cars aren't running to see if you can run there to pass. And sometimes that's out by the fence, or sometimes that's right down on the pole line, you know, if the track's right up around the top. So so you always got to be looking, and I think that's what, you know, makes a good driver, is the versatility around the whole surface of the racetrack.
Well, I also think, Brad, what I've seen from you, I've got Trent James going to join us shortly, but one of the things that we've noticed about you, it's about sacrifice, you know, and you're not here on a high budget. You know, you and Pops are running around the countryside and you're sleeping in the back of your trailer, and you just want to be a part of it because A, you get to experience a lot of these tracks you've never seen before. B, you get to hang out with some cool people and have some good fun. I'm sure you've had good fun with that. But that's what it's about. It's not just about racing. It's not just about that side of it. It's about sacrifice, because if you want to be able to do this stuff, you've got to make a lot of sacrifices. You don't do drugs. Well, I don't think you do. You don't do anything else. You're just about doing, you know, oh, look at what's joined us. Old MILF Hunter himself.
Oh, here we go.
We should turn that camera on, Stevie, while he's here. Grab him.
Yeah, you know, it is a big sacrifice. You know, you especially, you know, doing this Rees tour thing. I got 2 young girls at home and my wife, and not quite yet wife, but fiance.
Should be.
You know, she's stuck at home looking after the kids, and you know, some days are better than others. But you know, especially for the likes of her and stuff that put up with all of us going racing, it definitely makes, you know, it makes it a little bit easier on us not having to worry about that, and they do such a good job of it. But you know, like you said, we ain't got too much of a budget, and we're here running around sleeping in our trailer and tents and stuff, so But to do whatever it takes to go racing, that's why we enjoy it, and the social side of it is just as good as well.
Absolutely. We've got Trent James here, and of course that's the other side of the scale. He doesn't sleep in a trailer, he sleeps in a 6-bedroom mansion every night. So Trent, he's come up to join us, and we'll stop playing with that thing. Not in public anyway. So of course Trent's come to join us as well, and Trent, mate, well, you're actually bloody going so good today. What's happened? Did you find a MILF or something?
Yeah, no, must have got up on the wrong side, on the right side of the bed this morning.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, you've been a part of the tour, and sadly, you're not going to be. Thanks, Brad. You're not going to be here for the last part. You're Christchurch. You've got an engagement back home and stuff like that. But what's the story? Have you enjoyed this whole deal?
Yeah, it's been cool. It's something different to do. Just instead of going racing every weekend, and how many tracks have we done? I think it's about 7 tracks.
Yeah, it's about that. Yeah.
Just over a week, so whole lot of racing.
Absolutely. And what's the plan? Go home, and you got a new car coming, I'm led to believe, for you. That car just seems to be, you got it dialed in. Not many people can hold off Asher Rees. You've done it in 2 races so far.
Yeah, buddy. I've been getting a little bit nervous looking in the mirror, waiting for him to come past and buddy give me the smack out of the way, but he'll probably do that in this 3rd one, I'd say.
Keep it nice and interesting. But what's your favourite track about the South Island tracks and that you've been to? Not just, I suppose, about the track, but the hospitality's been pretty good for you as well?
Oh, the hospitality's been mint at every track that we've been to. Picking a favourite one, I'm not actually too sure, to be fair. They've all been cool, all been different to what we do a little bit. Like, I can't even think of any other track to really put this one against. That tight corner, then you're pretty much foot flat around 3 and 4 is pretty cool. Yeah, it's definitely a bit different. A lot of guys come here and say, holy heck, it's a bit of a different ball game. So you're on the market too, eh? So we're just trying to get you a new girlfriend or couple. So what's the deal? You're ready and steady, ready to go? Yeah, we're on the market for a new woman. The last one left the building, so yeah. Send your applications on. Absolutely. And so if you think that this thing here is you, make sure you get a hold of Trent. He's available on Facebook. He added me today, so I'm not available, Trent. Sorry, mate. Oh, damn, got my hopes up, Jason.
All right, mate. Hey, thanks very much for doing the tour as well. Really appreciate it. You got good sponsors. You want to thank your dad, obviously. He's your main one.
Yeah, my dad. Yeah, he's the main sponsor.
And his business is?
Oh, Sharp as Lionel. Yeah, wouldn't be able to do it without him, as well as supercar lunch drives, advanced panel and paint, wholesale tyres. Yeah, we'll stop there, otherwise I'll end up forgetting all the other ones. But yeah, I got lots of good supporters that get behind me that help me do what I do. Definitely wouldn't be able to do it all by myself.
Absolutely. Hey, Trent, thanks very much for coming up and having a chat. Enjoy the rest of your night, and hopefully it's all nice and good for you. Thanks, man. There we go, folks. Trent James, for all those lucky ladies out there, game on. So come and have a wee chat to Trent or give him a message. He just needs somebody to keep him grounded, I suppose. So Paul Smith, Earth Moving. We can't do it. A lot of these guys, you see them on the side of the car, sponsors are so valuable to us in Speedway. And if you can see a business that you will be able to support, that can help these guys to continue supporting the drivers and sponsoring the tracks and stuff, please make sure you support them. Tell them you've seen their name on the side of a sidecar, a sprint car or a race car of some description, and go and use them wherever you possibly can, because that's kind of what we need in the sport, is to, help our guys stay in it. Our sponsors are very, very important in all parts and all facets of the sport. So if you feel like you want to sponsor someone and you quite like the way they drive or don't drive, or want to help somebody out, come down to the pits and say, hey, look, I've got a business. I wouldn't mind getting a bit of exposure, whether it be to the club itself or to a driver in particular. It's a great way to get some exposure, huge exposure, especially through that January, February period when we got our national titles, and big crowds come here. I'm sure you've seen it at Christmas time and stuff, where there's been millions of people here, and all those people get to see your business being displayed all over the cars and bits and pieces. So if you got a business, you want to sponsor someone or sponsor the track, come and see them. Very approachable people, and they'll be quite happy to take all your money off you. So that's what it's about. Alrighty then, so each part's a performance, obviously one of the major ones in this deal. He's put a lot of these sprint car guys on the track. We can see Phantom Engineering over there, the 861 car of Ricky Bolton. And Phantom Engineering there, Milton. And of course, he's got a day off today for Otago Anniversary Day. But he does have young Luke Fellow that works down there at Milton at the Phantom Engineering. And so if you've got anything to do with wanting a race car trailer built or maintenance on any type of car, or anything to do with engineering full stop, they can. I think the ad says if you can think it, they can build it. Simple as that. So make sure you use the guys from Phantom Engineering. It's a young fella starting out, and he's got his handbag with him there. He needs to keep her maintained as well. So so obviously make sure you support Phantom Engineering and help a young man with a new business. Now just remember, this is just a demonstration. Give these guys, a lot of guys out here, like we've got the likes of Emma Gordon, and we've got Clay Dawson and Brian Ellison, and them that have never been in a sprint car before. It's just sort of basically giving them a chance to have a bit of a run. Let's see what they can do, eh? So 43, Josh Buchanan seems to be the man that's pretty well on the ball. Clay Dawson in the 88 car, the Edge Parts and Performance car. Let's see how much he can keep up with that 43 car of Josh Buchanan. The 525 car of Brian Ellison. And this is one of those LS engines in a sprint car, trying to keep the cost of the racing down in the sprint car class. And this is something that Jason's got a bit of a initiative on trying to get going to keep the costs down so more people can get into sprint car racing. So keep an eye on this development with that thing. 43, Josh Buchanan up behind the 8 car. We're not sure who that 18 car is, but not getting it out of that corner too well. There we go there, of course, Clay Dawson. Once again, off the mini stocks and into the sprint car. Looks like he's going pretty good as well. Got that thing dialed in just beautifully as he makes his way up into 1 and 2. Fastest lap so far is a 15.284. Ricky Bolton there with a 15.601, and Emma Gordon with a 16.935. That's the only 3 cars that are running transponders in this deal. So 43, Josh Buchanan, he just knocked out a 14.361 in that one. So a little bit off the lap record here at Central Motor Speedway, which is of course set by Buddy Kofoid a few years ago now, in 2019, 13.185. You'd have to have a pretty good track and a pretty good setup to make that happen, wouldn't you? So looking at that 525 car, Ricky Bolton right up the diff of that thing. But 43, Josh Buchanan comes off that turn. He's only got the chicken flags all waving already. So that is the deal with the sprint cars, the wee demo. Okay, so just I've got another text message from Tania, and she's saying that she's got a Visa card that's been handed in, or she's found. JL Sheriff, that's your name. Come round to the control tower. I'm sure we'll be able to give you a card back. The downside to it, though, it's going to cost you a few 50-50 tickets to get it back. So, so she's doing the 50-50 raffle. If your last name's Sheriff, come and see us, and we'll reunite you with your card. Bring about 10 or 20 bucks with you, eh? And then we'll give you your card back. I think it's a great idea. So that is the sprint car class. Just like I said, just a bit of a fill-in. Of course, these guys that are racing in the stock cars and super stocks need a wee bit of time to repair any damage that they may have. And so they will, that is the last time we'll see them tonight, or today. I wish Daryl was here. I don't really like this job. The 32 down on the inside line. Robert Anglesey. Let's get the green. Let's get racing. And away they go. 76 got the power down. And the mighty stock car. 56 gets a good start as well of Kevin Blue Olsen. The big tanker of Elvis Rowland's doing a pretty good job as well. Oh, wee bit of bargey going on there. You're not supposed to do that in this class apparently. And comes across the start-finish line. It was the 8 car doing all the bumper work there, Ken Squire. And then back behind them will be the 6 car of Clinton Hayward. And then back one spot to the 96 of Greg Ham. Over the top part, 3 is where we're at. 76 still leading it, doing a good job too. Lindsay Swale comes across the start-finish line to complete another lap. Back behind him, the 6 car of Elvis Rowlands. Big gap back and a bit of a bunch-up going on with the 8 of Ken Squire, the 6 of Clinton Haywood, and the 56 machine of Kevin Blue Olsen. Big battle going on between the 62, the 22 machine there as well of Trevor Peters. Ken Neal's in and amongst that lot as well as they come across the start-finish line. And we got the 96 car of Greg Ham and 32 there as well of Robert Engelsley. And right at the tail end of the field, the wee cool angular looking one, OG Marty McFadden. Up the front, 76, still doing it, holding on there. That's Lindsay Swale across the start-finish line. And another lap gets completed. Up to the top part of the track, the 6W car doing pretty good as well. Clinton Haywood closed it right up. Having a wee look down the outside, looking up high, going round 3 and 4. See if they've got it, going around the outside. Still got the momentum, which is quite good. The 6W car, Clinton Haywood, was pretty quick in that last race. Now it goes across the start-finish line in the lead. 76 drops back to second now. Lindsay Swale. And then we have the 8 car now being passed on the outside by the 6 car of Elvis Rowlands in the tank. So 8 drops back to 4th spot now. Ken Squire. Good battle going on further down between the 22 car and it looks like the 62 car, Trevor Peters and Ken Neal. Side-by-side action from those two. And then we go back to the 56 beast of Kevin Blue Olsen. Righto. Top part of the track. Lap traffic coming up for the car of 76, Lindsay Swale, and 6W in the lead there, Clinton Haywood. Clinton up to turn 1 and 2. The tank going around the outside, the 6P machine. Oh, a wee bit of a side swipe there from the 76 on the 6, coming out of turn 2, making their way down the back straight. 6P got a bit of a momentum going on now. We won't be too far away from a white flag. Let's see what the 6 car can do in this last heat. Goes up nice and high in between 1 and 2. Comes down right up the bumper of the 8 car. Looks around the outside. Can he do it on the outside? Up nice and high in the inside line. 6W, Clinton Haywood. Will he make it work? Looks like the 6 machine gets the white flag. 1 to go. So let's see if the 6 car can do something about it. Up into 1 and 2. Goes up real high. Comes down. Closes up. Has to back off. It's going to run into the back. Still got a bit of a momentum there. Can he get it on the outside? Up to the rear bumper of that 6W car. Still got momentum going around the top part of the track. She's a drag race between those two. And it will be the 6 that'll take it. W, Clinton Haywood from Elvis Rowlands. And then the 8 on the outside of Ken Squire. And then the 76 machine of Lindsay Swale. And then we looks like it's the 22 machine of Ken Neal from the 62 of Trevor Peters. And then the rest of the field. Look at that. Not a bad wee battle in the end. The 2 6 cars battling it out. Oh, tell you, awesome stuff. So that will complete, and big thanks goes out to those guys that are associated with the classic stock cars for doing all the rounds of the Rees Tour. It's great to have you guys here as a filling class, a class of their own really as well. Back very shortly here, team.
Double coin tyres at Mag & Turbo from just $89. Everyday tyres for everyday use on small to medium cars from just $89 per tyre, fitted, balanced and ready to drive away. Plus remember, all Mag & Turbo customers receive free puncture repairs and free rotation and balancing every 10,000 Ks for the lifetime of their tyres. So for the very best deals in town on everyday double coin tyres, backed up with the best after sales service around, get down to the number 1 Mag & Turbo Tyre and Service Centre.
Technical Welding Services Hamilton are specialists in the transit concrete mixer industry. From chassis drop-off to a full working concrete mixing, the team will take care of the job from start to finish. Full engineering services and general sheet metal work can also be undertaken. Need a quote? Call 07 847 2031 or visit our website www.techweld.nz. Technical Welding Services Hamilton, we are the experts.
I've got a couple of stock car, actually dodgy looking buggers come up here, to be fair. Troy Cleveland, one question. Are you buying a super stock, yes or no?
Oh, that's for me to know and you to find out.
Well, I know. So,
you don't know.
well, you're taking one for a test drive, I believe, this weekend, yeah?
Oh, possibly. Yeah, we'll see how the week goes, but yeah.
All right, so you've been part of this Rees tour, you've been enjoying it, mate?
Oh, I absolutely loved it. Yeah, the social side of it's been unreal. Yeah, something different.
Absolutely. And what about, the driving side of it? Yeah, you learned a bit out of it? You've gone to different tracks you haven't been to before?
Oh, I guess they're all the same to a degree, but every track's got its perks and its bad sides, but no, overall it's been pretty bloody good. Met a good bunch of blokes, old Naughty over here, he goes good. It's been good so far, I loved it.
Yeah, he goes better than you.
Oh, he sure does. Yeah, at least he knows where he stands.
Exactly.
On the top step.
Yeah, you're usually right down. Anyway, so it's great that you're on the tour, mate. And like you said, it's been what we've heard back from a lot of people. It's just the social side of it. It's pretty much what it's been about. Forget the racing, the social side of it. And it's been a good opportunity to hang out with people you probably normally not hang out with, eh?
Oh, it's like I said the other night, they're just names on the tally, until you meet them and they're human. I guess you see at teams, people taking big shots and you think they're bloody Iron Man, but then you talk to them and they're no different to you and I,
Yeah.
It's been good. I've just about enjoyed the club rooms more than the racing, even though I haven't spent a hell of a lot of time in the club rooms, but the little time I have, it's been bloody good.
Absolutely. Yeah. You are right, though. Some of them have been names on TV, and Gavin Marshall, of course, we've seen him on Police 10-7, so he's definitely been on the TV a few times, and we might just chuck the mic. Thanks for coming up for Troy. You want to think of any sponsors while you got the chance to, man?
I couldn't name them individually because I'll forget some of them, but they know who they are. Without them, I wouldn't be here today, 100%. And Gav and Moo, they all do their part, and I wouldn't be here without them. And I'd like to say a big hi to Mum sitting at home. I'm pretty sure she's watching the telly, so we'll give Gav a crack now and see how he goes.
All right, mate. Hey, all right, Gabby, come up here, mate. We'll leave the worst to last, eh? Welcome, Gavin Marshall from Blenheim. Of course, we are contracted to Christchurch, but you actually live in Blenheim. So what's your been of experience? You haven't really done much. You sort of kind of waited to the last part of the season to come out and have a bit of a play with the Rees tour, eh?
Yeah, kind of got a car mid-season and then decided that, we'll get in and have a go for the end of the season, and deciding what I'm going to do with my partner Moo finishing up this year. Kind of wanted to race with her for the end of the season and have a good time.
Is the old handbag finishing up? What's happened there?
Oh, she's just kind of decided that that's her time. She's going to call it quits.
Do you know what the worst thing is, though? It's the best I've ever seen her go, mate. She's absolutely on fire this year, isn't she? Especially the last part of it.
Yeah, no, we keep telling her that, but she keeps going the other way and saying, nah, she's out. But everyone's saying to her, you're on fire. Just keep going the way you are. Yeah,
exactly that. And of course, you've been out for quite some time as well. What enticed you to come back?
I've always wanted to come back, but it was just kind of like I just wanted to let Moo shine a bit and give her the time, and with having the bus to cut 2 cars, help get Troy around the country when he got going as well. So it's been just trying to help the small ones out in the sport and get them going as well. So
good stuff.
Hopefully my time to come back.
I'm going to have to kill you off because not kill you off literally, but we've got Callum. Can you stay behind just after this mini stock race? So Callum Flavel's going to join us, the man from Rotorua. Thanks very much, Gav. Awesome, mate. We just don't want to let the kids miss out on their moment of glory as our last heat for the youth mini stocks now kicks off. 10 laps is the distance, and a wee bit of a missy affair there with the 351. Yeah, we're going to go yellow. So let's grab Callum Wiley. We've got a chance, and obviously the kid's not a great start there. Callum, you've had a good run here, mate. You must be loving this track. I mean, this will be way different to anything you've ever been on before.
Oh, it is, mate. The probably closest thing up north is Stratford. Down here, probably Nelson, but that top is different to anywhere else. The rest of it's just wide open. It's very challenging track for passing, but it's cool, different.
It is. It's very fast track. It's a very fast track, that deal. Is it compared, you said, to Stratford? What's the difference? I think this is a lot like that tight turn must be pretty hard to set your car up for because you can flat it down 3 and 4.
Yeah. As I say, Stratford's probably the closest to it, but it's still not the same. That tight corner is different to anywhere else in New Zealand. And it makes it, the bit of banking here as well is good. And a lot of the South Island tracks I've found have quite a bit of banking compared to our North Island ones, which is cool.
Now, of course, a lot of people probably don't know, but you're a New Zealand stock car teams champion as well with the Rotorua Rascals, and of course, obviously won it at home. So that's 2 years in a row. they kind of missed you in the weekend at the Peterbarry teams, though, mate.
Yeah, well, I haven't watched a video of it yet, but I heard the results, and it's teams racing. It can go either way any day of the week. So, hats off to anybody that gets out there and gives it a crack. Teams isn't the easiest thing, but as you said, go back to back at the New Zealand's was awesome, and to do it with the same guys. Hopefully we've got the same team again next year for a three-peat.
Absolutely, and what an outstanding team it is as well. And the guys that beat, I can't say who won it because other people want to watch it, so we're not going to say too much. But, hey, once again, mate, thank you very much for coming down and being a part of this gig. We hope you've enjoyed the hospitality shown by the Southern Tracks. Has it been something that's been a bit of a highlight for you?
Yeah, it's been awesome, mate. It was awesome 10 years ago when we came down south and did the last year of Stock Shock, and it's been awesome again. So I better let you go. Anyway, you got a mini stock race to commentate. So
you want to join me? Oh, no, we haven't. They're going to go yellow again anyway. So you got another big brick crash up there. Let's just see what happens. They're going to go yellow. Yeah, the kids actually are a bit naughty in Blenheim, but I think they're sort of they're going to let it go. Let's see.
Nah, they're not getting out of there, mate.
No. Well, we have to wait for our... oh, there we go. There it is. The yellows come on. And it's been outstanding with a lot of the guys. A big field of stock cars as well. And it's, I mean, you're not dealing with the same people every night either. There's been local track guys that have joined in. You've got a big one coming up in Christchurch. Are you staying on for Christchurch?
Yeah. So I think there's 18 on the tour that's followed it the whole way through. And those boys have been awesome. As Troy said, the social side of it. And bonding with the guys that you otherwise wouldn't, and you wouldn't meet and don't really talk to. It's been awesome, it's been really cool. And then at every track, they've had their locals come in as well, which has added another side of things, a lot of unknowns and everything else. Christchurch is going to be big. I think there's 60 cars, 2 full fields on Saturday night. Don't know how the format's working, but as I say, it'll be cool to get back there. It's be my 4th time there, I think. So, love Christchurch, and it's normally my favourite track of the south, but there's been a few big favourites on this trip.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that Brad Lane was saying too is it's not just socialising with people within your own classes, it's also socialising with other people in other classes as well. Is that something you've found as well?
Yeah, definitely. You're not too much. I haven't probably ventured too far away from the stock car boys, but no, definitely the historic guys especially, they're having an absolute ball. It's great. I hope one day that I'll get the chance to do something similar to that, because they're just having a ball doing whatever they're doing, and they don't care. It's
not just the historic guys; it's the historic cars that go with them, eh?
Oh yeah, and they're pretty cool. It's a bit of a shame they're not going to be at Christchurch, but no, they're awesome. And to be fair, to have everything from mini stock, stock cars, super stocks, and the historics, it shows a lot of years of development and everything else through the classes and where we came from.
Yeah, absolutely. Callum, thank you very much for joining us, mate. Really been a pleasure. I always watch you, and you've been bloody fantastic. And yeah, we definitely missed you at the teams, at Peterbarry teams the other night.
But, cheers to that, Jason. I'll see you in Christchurch in a week's time.
Roger that. Okay, team, here we go. Oh, that's right. All good to go. Thanks, boys, for coming up. Appreciate that. And it was, of course, Gavin Marshall, Troy Cleveland, and Callum Flavel were the people you just heard from there. Something a bit different. Bring some people up and have a bit of a yakety-yak with those guys. We might even grab a mini stock driver up for a bit of a yarn. I haven't done that for a while, that's for sure. So give them all a bit of coverage. Let's do it. Boogity for the mini stocks. And we're having a bit of a trouble getting some cars around the track at the moment. We've got another one round. Hopefully they'll sort themselves out and we'll carry on. Any wise stock car driver would probably stay there and wait for the yellow. But yeah, there we go. Yellow come out. Righto, so they got going anyway. But like you say, you leave it there long enough to get the yellow to come out, and then they'll probably get back in the grid again and get another crack at having a start. So, there's a, what is that? Is that a muffler? There's a muffler on the track, so you can see where that rescue vehicle's gone. There's somebody here, the whole muffler's come off. So somebody's got a noisy car out there. Now, once again, folks, while we get these guys rejigged again, the next meeting here is the Easter. Don't forget to come and join them and have some fun.
Lights are out. 49, you are the pace setter. 24, you can be beside but not in front. Everyone is to stay in their grid until the green.
Oh, the referee's getting a bit stroppy now. He said, you sort your shite out. Stay in your grids and don't move until the green light comes out, is what he's just said over the race radio. Righto, let's have another crack at this. And we're green, green, green. Let's go. 99. Carlos Chestnut, look at that. Nice sweet drive down on the inside. Pushes the 24 car wide as well. So does the pass. Down on the inside, looks like it's the 53 of Paige Smith now down the inside. Oh, there's not good. This tapping and spinning and carrying on. There's somebody had to run in. Unbelievable. We're going to check that youngster out. I think they hit the car pretty bloody hard.
Yellow. Stay low.
Oh no, not good. So 86T, apparently Taylor Ellison's the one that's lost the muffler, but we're just going to check and make sure that youngster's all right over the other side there. That was a pretty solid hit into the back of that car. They're definitely not doing too much at the moment, but it's slow on getting over there.
And this will be your last attempt. This will be your last attempt. And if it's no good, you'll be pulled to the track.
Well, there you go. So the referees just said if they don't sort their crap out, they're pulling the race. So, they probably should try and settle down a wee bit. And you're just seeing that the car that was behind that one just kept pushing until they spun out.
We get 29 round to the front with 24, please.
So we're just checking that youngster out, make sure they're okay. I see Daniel Rolton's over there sorting them all out and making sure they're good.
We still have that car in the middle of turn 3, so just single file through that bit and then back to your grids.
Alrighty, so hopefully they'll get up and underway. Not too far before we actually wind this meeting up pretty early, I'd imagine. I'm hoping. I've probably jinxed it now. Yeah, he was just telling me to shush. So youth mini stock. So we've got super stock feature 15 laps for that one. Stock car feature 15 laps. Modified feature 20 laps. And you can go home, eh? How's that sound? I'll be able to sleep in my own bed tonight. Looking forward to that.
You can just stay on the low side single file and back to your grids after that.
So we're just going to give this wee mini stock a push by the looks. They had a bit of a nasty hit through no fault of their own. Just the wrong place at the wrong time. Most of them got through. Just with that car that spun out.
The 63T, you'll have a gap in front of you, so you need to keep that gap in front of you. If we can get into that grids as soon as possible.
At least they're fine. That's the main thing.
Lights are out. We'll try it for a fifth time. This will be the last time.
So the referee's just saying they'll try it for a fifth time and the last time. So if anybody spins out and wants to ruin it for everybody else, they will just simply open the gate and send them off, which is not ideal. But they're all pushing that hard and vying to get into that first spot. Righto, let's see what they can do this time round. The green will drop right now. Let's go racing. Make sure they're all nice and tidy. The 8 car there getting a bit carried away of Ollie Hinton, but managed to get away with it. But 99, Carlos Chestnut's the one that's off and gone. Oh, there's a bit of contact there from that further back, probably 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th, but they've sorted it all out now and sort of stretched themselves out. Oh, more contact. 53 is the person that's responsible for that mess. Did no attempt at all to back out of it and kept pushing. I'm not sure whether we'll get them all sorted out, but that was the car of Paige Smith. Didn't take the accelerator off. 8 is stuck there, Ollie Hinton. But we're still under green. Carlos Chestnut's the one that's doing the damage at the moment in the 99 car. Back in that second spot, Corbin Seal in the 17A car. Corbin Seal's in behind 351 car of Carl Vasey. The yellows come out. They gave that car, the 8 car, a bit of a chance to get going. Let's see what they do. See if they follow up the threat of taking them off.
Okay, here's your grace order. 99.
No, we'll leave them on.
17A. 351 117 88T 12T 49T 13T 74H 23H.
So the referee just given them the order. They'll get the H car off.
89N 86T 98P 63T 27T 24K 41N and 53V. You are the rear of the field is the cause of the yellow light.
Okay, so we have another phone that's been handed. I'm getting a collection up here. Now this one was found in the ladies' toilets. It's got a picture of a dog on it, I think, is the main screen. And apparently New Zealand Transport Agency say your trailer needs a new rego. That's a text that's just come through. So, you probably should come get your phone because you've got to rego your trailer. Alrighty, so if you've got that phone, looks like one of those stupid fruit phones actually. Come and grab it from me up here in the tail. We've got another one here as well. It's got a picture of a Mustang on it, car. So if you're missing a couple of phones, just check in your pocket, eh?
You're the rear of the field. You're the rear of the field.
So they're just telling one of those drivers to be the rear of the field for causing the incident.
Yellow, 53V.
53V is the one that's been told off because of the fact that they were the primary cause of the incident, which is what the referee's saying. That's not me being a referee. That's what's coming over the race radio here.
Thank you, 53V. Thank you.
So they've now gone to the rear of the field, as you'll note. They'll start in single file. They have 9 laps left to go here. Heat number 3 for the youth mini stocks. The last race for these guys tonight.
So just keep those gaps closed up. Please, drivers, close the gaps up.
They've just been asked to close the gaps up, ready to go racing. We should just about see a green. The lights are still on, the yellows are still on, so we've probably got another lap to go.
We are just waiting. The medic is looking at the 93 car.
So there's just a wee bit of a delay while they have a wee check of the person in the 93 machine to make sure that they're okay. Just that's what the delay is at the moment.
Stay in your grids, please, drivers. Stay in your grids, single file.
Okay, so they're happy with that. We should be good to go.
Lights are out, lights are out.
Lights are out.
You are the pace setter.
99, Carlos
Everyone to stay single file.
is the leader and the pace setter as Carlos makes his way, Chestnut makes his way down there. Carl Vasey pretty keen to get going right up the bumper of the 17 machine, which is driven by Corbin Seals. So it's all North Island at the front. Let's see what any South Islanders can come up and join the party. Great wee display from these North Islanders. Let's do it. Let's go racing. Take 25,400 and they go up to turn 1 and 2. 99, Carlos Chestnut is the one that leads the charge at the moment. Back and behind them is the 17 car. Looks like Carl Vasey having a wee look down the inside up between 3 and 4. Then we go back to the 117 machine, and that is driven by Corey Matheson now as he goes across the start-finish line. Those 4 cars. Joshua McIntyre's done a good job here. He's come from further down the field, looking around the outside of Lucy Scott now. Gets pushed a little bit too wide coming off turn number 2, making their way down the back straight. 99, Carlos Chestnut doing the job. About 5 or 6 back to the 17 car of Corbin Seals. Being challenged hard here by the 351 of Carl Vasey, ducking down the inside now. 117 car, 117 car Corey Matheson doing it as well. 99 Carlos Chestnut, fastest lap, 21.707 at the moment, and opened up a rather large gap back to our second place car, and that will be the 351 car from Rotorua. That is Carl Vasey. And back behind them, 17, Corbin Seals, being caught up pretty quickly though by the 117 car of Corey Matheson. Back in behind him, about 5 or 6 backs, the 12 of Joshua McIntyre. And then back behind Joshua, we'll see the 88 car of Lucy Scott that's been there or thereabouts for most of the meeting. Then we go back, rather large gap back to 23 Blair Hume, Riley Matheson in the 74 car, and the 13 car of Thomas Scott. Up the top we go, and 99, it is of course Carlos Chestnut. He's got it going on at the moment, and in the last 3 laps or so has been the fastest car on the track now, going across the start-finish line, and there'll be 4 laps left to go for Carlos. 351, Carl Vasey's opened up a bit of a gap, probably 3 or 4 back to the 17 of Corbin Seals, and then right up the diff of that car in the 117 is Corey Matheson. 12 Joshua McIntyre is about a couple of lengths off, but he's been closed up pretty quickly by the 88 car of Lucy Scott, now starting to sniff behind the car and looking for a bit of a passing opportunity there. We go back further to the 23 machine of Blair Hume, who's been pushed hard all the way by the 74 car of Riley Matheson. Back behind Matheson, we'll see the 41 of Andre Musgrove, and we look up the front, and the battle's already gone for first and second, but look at this battle for third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, and it looks like Joshua McIntyre having a wee look round the outside of the 17 car of Corbin Seals now. Joshua's got it pretty good. Look at that nice wee momentum coming off turn 2 and breaks a wee bit of a break now. Puts himself up into third spot. Still that battle going on for 4th, 5th and 6th. And looks like it's the 117 car and 17 car that are battling it out and doing a pretty good job of it as well. Back behind them, it's Lucy Scott, who's looking for somebody to make a bit of a mistake here. But it is, of course, the white flag for our lead car. 99 Carlos Chestnut will get the checkered, drops for them. Nice one from them, actually. And back behind is the 351R of Carl Vasey. Then we go back third spot to the 12 of Joshua McIntyre. And then, of course, it'll be a bit of a fight for the minors. But it looks like 117, Corey Matheson was back in that next place. So we'll wait for the yellow light to come on. We'll give you some unofficial results of that race. And then we'll be straight into the Super Stocks for their feature race. And here it is, the unofficial results. 99 from Auckland, Carlos Chestnut, fantastic win. Fastest lap for them, 21.381. In second spot, 351R, Carl Vasey. In third is the 12T of Joshua McIntyre. In fourth is this 117H of Corey Matheson. In fifth, the 17A of Corbin Seals. In sixth, the 88 of Lucy Scott from Cromwell. In seventh, the 23H of Blair Hume. In eighth, the 24H of Riley Matheson. In ninth, the 41N of Andre Musgrove. And in 10th, the 24 car. And that was, of course, Jade Van Roo, I don't know, whatever their last name is.
You're having struggle with that one, Jason?
Oh, I am, actually. I'm just trying to read how it pronounces. I should have written it down. Vroonhoven, is that it? Vroonhoven? Van Vroonhoven. Oh, frick me. I give up. What do you reckon it is?
Van Roo. I can't get it either.
No.
Yeah, Van will do.
Yeah, Jade Van. All right, so we're going to head downstairs, and we've got Booker, who's broken away now from the Mr. Whippy van to catch up with Trezan, Ron and Annabelle.
Oh, I tell you, you're a cheeky bugger. We're down here with Trezan, the 33T. The car was smoking a bit at the start of the night there. What's going on, Trezan?
So we changed the motor yesterday, and I forgot to put the seal back in the rocker cover.
So does that mean you have to shout the family a dinner?
No, we'll be anyway. Arnie's done a cook-up.
Hey, listen, have you done a few of the parts of the Rees tour?
Yeah, I did Dunedin, Invercargill today. Yeah.
Mate, it's been fun, I mean, you must be enjoying yourself. But this track's fast. You've been here before. I can't get over the shape of it. And it seems to me to be a real big equaliser. If you don't get your moves made early, you just become this big train. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, quite. Yeah, it's kind of like that. I've done a fair few meetings here, being my home track. Yeah, it's kind of one of those tracks that you drive it into the corner and you drive into, you think it's too late to turn in and go a little bit further and then go around the corner.
Yeah, it's interesting to be my first time here, and I'm loving it, mate. The crowd is sensational. They bought the cutout for an amazing price. But you've got that all fixed now. The car won't smoke next race.
Yeah, cheers to Blair Lockett for blowing his motor up.
That's what we love about this. Everyone helps everybody, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. It's been a good tour doing what we've done. I wish I could have done the stuff up the top of the south, but yeah, we're here.
All good, mate. Look, enjoy the rest of your night. Have fun. It's good. You got the family here. You're racing a spot car. Can't be any better.
Nah, it's good. And big happy birthday to Mackay there. 3 years old today. So yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Thanks. There you go, Jace. I'll come back up to you, and I'm going to run out there and look at the super stocks.
Well, good on you. What's his name? Booker. Anyway, actually, if you lay us on our sides, Booker, the shape of a track's probably the shape of us. But that's another story. Superstocks heat number 3, brought to you by the Pits Media, because that's all we could find in short notice. 15 laps is the distance. Alrighty, so let's go through these guys. Liam Marsh was the first guy out, and but it's interesting. We talk about Superstocks and stuff, and what we haven't really talked about is it's a bit like a lot of these stock cars, super saloons, all that sort of stuff. A lot of these cars now, they've come into a sort of like they've evolved through a professional age, and that's basically because we see manufacturers of cars, and there's quite a few of them when it comes to Superstocks. We can see there's ones that like the Rees cars. We've seen Linton chassis. We see all these different makes and manufacturers of cars that are around the countryside. Iron Force, I think it's Iron something or other that the 9G of Jamie Hamilton builds. I can't remember. Somebody will refresh my memory. But, there's a few cars that are Vasey machines. There's all sorts of different cars that are floating around the countryside. And that's allowed it to really be quite a competitive sort of a class. Now, down in this part of the country, we don't see a lot of Superstocks. It really starts from Christchurch up. And I think Steve Lennon and the Coke and Woodford Glen team have done a fantastic job of rebuilding Superstocks with the help from Malcolm Nardai and a couple of other people that have really got it cranking again. There's a little bit of a lull, and they've all started to come back again, and it's made for some great racing. But we don't see these guys down here very often at all. We get the odd one floating around in Dunedin that might come down for a South Island Otago Champs or something similar like that, but we don't see big fields. And one of the things that's been one of the highlights of our careers as broadcasters around the countryside, there's nothing beats the sound of 32 Superstocks lined up on the dummy grid at Coke and Woodford Glen Speedway for a Battle of the Stocks meeting, and they're just balls to the wall up it. And it's just an incredible display of power, of speed, of noise. And the way these guys throw these cars around, especially when so many cars are on the track at once, navigating their way through a massive field of Superstocks, is just incredible. And I think Booker would be one of the people that would agree with me when I say that these things are just impressive in numbers. And then you go off and do things like World 240s, you go and do New Zealand Superstock Championships, and you get massive fields of them. And all you watch all night is this particular class. Down here in this particular track, it's all about the open wheels and the sprint cars and stuff. But up there, it's all about Superstocks and stock cars, and those are the guys that attract huge crowds. And it's nothing for the World 240s to get between 10 and 15,000 people that will attend that meeting. The Palmy Superstock Teams Champs, which is the pinnacle from all speedway and all events, it's nothing to them to fill up the stadium at Palmerston North, Manawatu, with 23 to 25,000 people. So this is the type of numbers that this particular field attracts. And teams racing's where it's at when it comes to Speedway in New Zealand. The guys that got the G on the car, the Asher Rees, the Peter Rees, they are a part of the Gisborne Giants, one of the top teams in the country. There's Palmerston North Panthers, there's everybody. That's all a part of it. It's just incredible. And if you've never been to a Superstock Teams Champs before, or watched a big field of Superstocks like the 240s or the Teams Champs, ask Daryl Shuttleworth. He goes every year now. It's just something that he really enjoys doing, and that's because you just can't beat it. And the Palmerston North Teams Champs is basically the Super 15 of Speedway. It's incredible. Righto, that's boogity. Let's go. Superstocks for their last race of the night. 15 laps is the distance. Let's see who's got it going into turn 1 and 2. Bit of pushy shovey going on there. That's what they're about. And it looks like, I tell you what, Liam Marsh did a fantastic job. Peter Rees is the one that's come out of that one not looking too good. 126 car of Asher Rees, given the 19 car of Kerry Remnant a bit of a snot up the top as he makes his way between 3 and 4. How's that for close racing? It is, of course, the car of 77. He's the man that's doing the damage. Oh, Sam Hughes looks like 126. Asher Rees having a bit of an issue there. Peter Rees is pulled to the infield, so Peter's got a problem with his car. I'd say just got a little bit of a hard hit there coming out of turn 2. But Sam Hughes is the man that's doing it at the moment in the 77 car. He makes his way down the back straight with a bit of a gap back to the 95 car of Alex Hill. In behind him, we'll see our next place car, Scott Gallop in the 38, the best we've seen him go so far tonight. In behind him, we'll see our next place car, which is the 126 car of Asher Rees. Looks like 156 Trent James and Jason Jones having a bit of a come together over in turn 3 and 4 there. Let's go up to the top part of the track. 3 and 4 is where we're at. And it is the 77 car of Sam Hughes. It's got a good gap back to our next place car, 95 Alex Hill. He is closing up, but whether he can do the job, we're not sure. They have 11 laps left to go as he comes off turn 2, looking to close in on that 77 car of Sam Hughes. 126 car of Asher Rees has now got himself up into 3rd spot, closing up pretty quickly as well. We've got a car sitting in the turn 1 and 2. He's got his thumbs down. That'll be a red light, so they'll come to a stop. It took a bloody long time for that red light to come out, that's for sure. 351, look at that, that's like a noisy bloody thing, isn't it? It is 6, Liam Marsh, that's over there. I'm not sure what happened to him, but those thumbs went down pretty damn quickly. I wouldn't want to be sitting there with a whole bunch of super stocks breathing down on me. That is for sure. So we'll just see what the issue is.
77G, just reverse up a little bit, please. We'll let you know when.
77G been asked to reverse up a little bit. Scott Gallop, something's going on here with Scott Gallop, the 38 machine. Oi.
Come back to the red light. Keep going back to the red light.
Somebody needs to talk to the Scott Gallop. They're all pointing. Here we go. We've got somebody there now. That's good. Referee's not even aware of it. They're going to make the 77G car go back about 6 metres because he might have gained a little bit of that advantage.
Yep, we're good there. Thank you.
Wow, he wasn't even 6 metres, maybe 2. Oh, something on the track, that's what it was. So they thanks to those guys down the front straight there for getting that sorted out. Fantastic. Making sure that's nice and safe for everybody. Righto, our leader, 77, Sam Hughes, been moved back 3 metres. Oh, I don't know. Right, let's do it. Racing. Okay, Sam Hughes. Now 95 Alex Hill's closed it up. It's got a bit of a gap back, still about 15 to go to make it up. But 126 Asher Rees is definitely closed up. Scott Gallop would be our next place car, 351. Paul Vasey doing a pretty good job down there in that spot. We go across the start-finish line. Fastest lap as a 19.127 set by Sam Hughes as he makes his way up into turn 3 and 4. 95 Alex Hill's on a bit of a charge here as well. He's closed it up to about 12 car lengths now. 126 Asher Rees is sort of looming down in the back and 3rd spot there, but not really getting challenged by anybody at the moment. 38 Scott Gallop would be in behind him. 95 Alex Hill finding the wall coming off turn number 2. And then we go back behind Gallop with Paul Vasey. Sean Gooch has made up a few spots. Corey Symes. Trent James has given Zane Riddick a bit of a hurry along as he makes his way down the back straight there. And 45 Ollie Sutton would be our next place car. Okay, over to the back, up to turn 3, back up to our leader. 77, it is Sam Hughes that leads it. 95 Alex Hill hasn't made too much of an impact in his last couple of laps, and he's sort of looming there in 2nd spot all by himself at the moment. Back behind him, we'll see our next place car, the 126 car of Asher Rees, up nice and high, up between turn 1 and 2 now. Looks like 38 Scott Gallop's come off and joined the guys in the infield there. Now a big gap back to the 351 car of Paul Vasey. 7 Sean Gooch is closing up pretty quickly back behind him. we'll see our next place machine, which is going to be the 229 car from Stratford. That's Corey Symes. 156 Trent James would be in behind him, then one spot back. Oh, Trent James is going to get down nice, get the momentum and get the pass on Corey Symes now. So Trent James has made up a few places now. Zane Riddick would be our next place car from Ollie Sutton. Back and behind Ollie, we'll see the next place machine, which is the 7 car of Thomas Slater now. And behind Thomas, we'll see Jason Jones. Then we go back to the 19 car of Kerry Remnant. And then we'll go back to our lead machine. He's not too far away from catching up with Kerry Remnant. Not much of a difference up the front there. Asher Rees just smacked out an 18.866 lap. So he's getting that boogity on, and he's closing up pretty quickly on the 95 car of Alex Hill with 3 laps to go. It's going to be too little too late. And next time round, we'll just about see a white flag. Sam Hughes has got this dialed in beautifully, and the best we've seen him. His car obviously loves this Cromwell circuit now as he comes up between turn 3 and 4. White flag, 1 to go from the man from Gisborne, the 77 car of Sam Hughes. Up to 1 and 2 he goes, just 3 turns left to go now. 95 Alex Hill's been closed up pretty quickly by the 126 car of Asher Rees, but too little too late as we see our 77 car up between turn 3 and 4. He will get the checkered flag, and it drops for 77 Sam Hughes. In second spot 95 Alex Hill, and behind him we'll see the 126 car of Asher Rees, and there's a few others having a wee bit of a tickle around there. Looks like Sean Gooch is having a wee play with Trent James, but Trent might have had a bit of an issue there. Look at the flames coming out of the back of that car of Trent James. Holy hecker. Look at that. There's our unofficial results. The 77 car of Sam Hughes has won that 15-lap feature. Fantastic. Sam's such a bloody good bugger. I'll tell you a bit of a story about him soon. 95 Alex Hill in second spot. 126 car of Asher Rees in that third spot from Gisborne. 351R Paul Vasey from Rotorua in fourth. In fifth, the 156 car from Palmerston North, Trent James. In the sixth spot, the 7G from Gisborne, Sean Gooch. In seventh, the 61 from Wellington, Zane Riddick. In eighth, the 44 car from Christchurch, Ollie Sutton. In ninth, the 229 car from Stratford, Corey Symes. And in 10th, the 7H car of Thomas Slater. Peter Rees outside flat front tyres, the reason he got pulled off, or he pulled himself off. Not like that, off the track that is. So of course the 10G, once the rules are pretty clear that you cannot run with an outside flat, and that's what he had. 18.866 was the fastest lap there. Give him a round of applause. Now Sam Hughes, there's always some people at a track that will go above and beyond for their track, and of course Sam Hughes is that man. So Sam Hughes is actually the president from Gisborne Speedway, and he gives so much back to his club. It's incredible, and he's the driving force behind why Gisborne is very successful. They've just put in all new seating, concrete areas. The place looks $1 million, and it's him and a few other guys from the Gisborne club that just put these big massive effort in. So if anybody deserves a bloody good win, it is definitely that man. He's absolutely outstanding. Righto. Up next we'll have our stock car feature, and that will be of course 15 laps as well, and then there will be one left. Okay, well, let's go down to, I think this man deserves a bloody good interview. He just told me before, he's finished at the ice cream shop, he's been around and had a couple of burgers, he's ready to go again. Here he is, Booker with Sam Hughes.
Oh my goodness. He's cheese tonight, people. I'm down here with the 77G, Sam Hughes. Sam, the car looks like it has been absolutely humming tonight. You had a win in the last one. The car looked good all night, and you got an ice cream and I didn't.
Yeah, no, it's been good, eh? It's sort of, the whole tour's been pretty cool, really, but tonight's definitely our highlight.
Have you been to this track before?
No, we've never done anything in the South Island before in the super stock.
Well, you've been having a good run then right through the tour, but tonight the car really looked like it was on well, didn't it?
Yeah, no, it's been getting better and better, and obviously a bit of maintenance along the way.
You might have to give these boys a bit of advice, mate.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, look, Sam, the tour's been awesome. Family atmosphere, you've been amongst it. Well done tonight. Enjoy the rest of the tour. We've got a few more things to do yet, and well done tonight.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Cheers, Sam.
Hey,
okay.
It amazes me, Booker, eh? He's one of those guys you interview and he goes, look, get this camera and this microphone out of my damn face.
Yes.
I just don't want to do it, eh?
Yeah. But, I mean, we slowly... I mean, I've had him on a few times with the show, and he's slowly getting more and more comfortable, and I think if we as a group keep doing that to these guys, they're only going to get more comfortable and they're really going to start enjoying and talking to the crowd and the fans.
Well, actually, I remember back in the day when I first started, Mark Osborne, he was the worst person in the world to interview. You know, he's your current New Zealand Super Saloon champ. He was bloody terrible. Now you can't shut the guy up.
Oh, I know. I've just been involved. I've been told to walk down here while we've still got time and have a quick word to Trent.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's
Trent,
do that.
Trent
So
James.
we'll go and have a quick word to Trent and see what's going on. He doesn't look too stressed. He looks pretty happy. He's got his hair
Ask him
all
if
done.
he's had any people that have applied.
He has had someone send him a message,
there we
Jace,
go.
thank to you. Mate, the car was good tonight. You showed some real thought there when a couple tried to slow you down.
Yeah, I heard a couple of whispers through the pits that a couple of people might be trying to have a stab, so I went out there a little bit caution and got a little bit tangled up in the first corner. I think it was a bit my fault, just trying to push in, trying to get up some spots, but ended up getting going. Then you had a couple of cars try to do a little bit of a right turn, but in the end of it, I just ended up hooking first gear and put my foot to the floor on the old fucking Hartliness and pulled us through.
What happened at the end there, mate? Run out of gas?
That's what I thought. Nah, I saw that the temperature was getting a bit hot, so I kept my foot on it, and it's got a limp mode. So I thought that it hit limp mode, then that's what happened there. But it actually turns out that the negative on the battery, since you put new batteries in it now, so obviously they've come loose a little bit, and the battery terminal came off as I was coming around turn 3, and they went, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? And I knew I needed to make it to the line. Knew it was the last lap, so I done the pull out on Sean and made him hit me to boost me across the line. But
lucky it happened then, mate.
Why not?
No, I don't know where you are yet. We'll find out very soon. You have to wait till we get to the club rooms to find that out.
Bloody hope so.
We'll wait and see. And even though they keep saying to me it might be a runoff, but I'm not sure if the points it might be 1 point, or we'll see. But we'll wait and see. But between you and Asher, but we'll see how we go, and stay tuned to this channel, mate.
Let's just pray for no runoff then, eh?
Well done, Trent. Hey, how's that, Jace? He's pretty excited. He's an excitable chap. We apologise for the language there, people, but sometimes these drivers just get really excited and they're passionate about their sport, and what you're seeing there is passion, not language.
Absolutely right. And, of course, folks, just so to keep you all in the loop, there's just a wee bit of a delay, Booker, so you can't talk to more people. We're actually lacking a medic at the moment, so there's a couple of people that are I think they got the wind knocked out of their sails, so to speak.
Okay,
so,
well, we'll grab Liam here. We'll quickly grab Liam,
yeah,
shall
Liam
we?
Marsh, a 6R.
Yeah, 6R Liam Marsh. Have you got a moment there, mate? Are you really flat out on us? Liam?
Flat out doing what?
He's
Packing
having
his
a drink
car
of
up.
water. Someone else is working on his car. He's not even doing the work. You know.
They're finished, so you can talk.
Liam, how you've been? I've been watching you progressively as I saw you that first time when you first bought the car, and you're just getting better and better and better. How was tonight for you?
Oh, we ran into a bit of bad luck, but when it was good, it was going good. It's such a fast track here, and credit to them, the track surface was wonderful. It was, I couldn't fault them. It's awesome.
That's awesome. And you've enjoyed the tour. Have you been to any of these tracks before?
I've been to none of these tracks, and I'm enjoying this tour. It's awesome to tick off all these tracks, and everyone's so nice down here. Completely different atmosphere to up north.
It is, isn't it, mate? We've certainly noticed that. That's for
Booker?
sure.
Are you hearing that, mate?
I am hearing that, Jason. Yes.
You're in the right island now, boy.
But, hey, look, it's been awesome watching you progress, actually, and seeing it. And you've had some help along the way. This tour that's made the setup better. Who's been helping you there?
Oh, well, I've got Bo, my parents, Caleb, and I've got the G boys who've come along and helped me out. And Pete, he's been a massive help. Like, he comes over and gives me pointers here and there. Like, we had some overheating issues, and Asher and Pete came over and they gave us a fan to try and make it cooler. So it's so nice because everyone here wants to help each other. At the end of the day, they don't want to see cars parked on the trailer. They want to see them out on the track, and it's awesome to be a part of this.
It absolutely is, and we see it now. I see Alex Hill setting himself up there in Peter Rees' car, because I know that at the end of the meeting there's a few swapsies going on. So anyway, good luck for the rest of the tour, mate. We've got one more stop after tonight, and we'll keep enjoying ourselves and have fun.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much.
Hey, Booker.
Yeah.
You should actually grab that fan that Peter Rees loaned him, and then you could have an only fan.
Jace Jones is right there. We'll have a quick word to Jace Jones while we've got time. Come over here, Jace. Another G car. They seem to be everywhere on this tour, eh? How was your night tonight?
Oh, we improved a bit. I struggled a bit for the first couple of races, but yeah, we got better as the night got on. Just got my head around turn 1 and 2, and we're away.
That's awesome, mate. And you've been progressively pretty good and sort of competitive all tour, really, haven't you?
Yeah, we try our best, and yeah, definitely improving. The only way you get any better is by trying, and you get some things right and you stuff some other stuff up and you go backwards sometimes, but just keep coming back and keep doing it.
So do you have to buy a beer for the G when you let Trent get past, or what?
I think we all don't really care who's round it is at the moment. Everyone just keeps putting beers on the table, and you just, if it's empty, you just buy some more.
Yeah. Credit to him, though. He tried to get stopped a couple of times, but he did well. There we go. There's Trent now. See, look, it's good. That's what it's all about. The handshake afterwards, JC, up there as well.
Oh, we're all here to have a bit of fun, but you can't one palmy car get away with it all.
That's it, eh, mate? Oh, well, enjoy your night and the rest of your tour, Jason.
Okay, cheers. Thank you.
How about that, Mr. Gutteridge? That's what it's all about. They come and shake hands afterwards, don't they?
Absolutely, mate. That's what it's all about. Okay, I've got the results of the 50-50 raffle, actually. Did you buy a ticket, Books?
Did I? What's that, sorry?
50-50 raffle. Did you buy a ticket?
No, I didn't. I didn't even see them anywhere to buy one, to be fair.
Well, there you go. Well, you're going to miss out. You're going to miss out on $310.20. And if you've got ticket number 78 and it's got a D on it and it's a red star, come and see me and you will win $310.20. Come and see me. 20 cents, sorry. $310.20 is your 78D red star.
I'll tell you what, Jace, mate, I'm standing here in the pit stall and I'm watching all these drivers suit up, but they're not getting in their own cars, mate. It's quite interesting. Yeah. We have Zane Riddick jumping in the 126G. We've got Alex Hill in 10G.
Yeah.
I think Asher is supposed to be getting into the 61W of Zane Riddick's. This will be interesting, I think. It's just that's going to do some laps, but, mate, how cool is that?
Well, it would be really interesting if 61W passes 126G, wouldn't it? Zane should need to go back to the drawing board then, I'd imagine.
Well, there's nothing like having a good race like Asher in your car to let you know things you could change to go better, though, is it?
Well, that's what Asher's about, and this is what a lot of people don't see, that side of Asher. You know, I know that his good mate Mucker, what's his name? Benji Snedden and stuff like that, got a couple of super stocks, and Asher's been over and helped them set it up. These guys, that's what they're about. They will give you a help. They will come and sort you out. They will help you in the pits. They will give you parts. They'll even give you an OnlyFan.
Yeah, that's right, mate. That's right.
Yeah, so I mean, that's what these guys, this class, this everything. But you see that in a lot of classes. It's not just these classes. I've seen super stocks, super saloons, sprint car titles where everybody pitches in. They go out there in the super stocks and stock car classes, wreck each other, and then help each other get back out there again.
Yeah, and that's the good thing about this sport. I mean, if you ignore what you see on Facebook and just look at the real facts in the pits and what goes on.
Keyboard races are far better than anything that we can do, mate. I can tell you that now.
Yeah.
The world's best drivers are on the keyboards.
Yeah, 100%. And I watch these guys and the tracks and different tracks I go to, and I just can't emphasise enough to people, even they're out in the crowd tonight, how much of a family Speedway is. And you've seen it on this tour. These guys are banded together all the way down, and no matter who's broken, they're banded together to get them right for the next track. And that's the side that we need to promote about our Speedway, is just how good it is. And they do it for you, the fans that are here to watch, and that's what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Somebody just come up to claim a 50-50 raffle. I was quite brassed off about that, mate, because we were going to get on the piss with this, eh? So that sort of ruined my day now. But they won. Look at that. The match is up.
I've just heard there in the pits here, mate, that Asher and Trent are suiting up for a runoff.
Oh, really? That's
So
even better. I've got the stock cars just done, mate. We'll hand it over to me. Right, let's get into it. So, stock cars for their final heat. 15 laps is the distance. Wee bit of a congestion. Oh, somebody's up, just about over. That would have just about been one of those puckering moments. It was the 93 car that just about went over. Brian Taniwha, he hasn't had the best night tonight, as Brian. 513 Cullen Flavel is tied up with that, and I believe there's another car there. He's sort of trying to get off the track at the moment. I think he'll be just about off the racing line. They may leave him, I'm not sure, but he's sitting on there in turn. I can't quite make out the number of the car, but that's all right. Let's get back into it and see what we can see. Jack Honeybones is making a couple of spots up, coming from the tail end of the field now. It was the 7 car of Shannon Simon was the one that was stuck down there for quite some time. Looks like the 67 machine's actually come off. That is Michael Rowe. Michael Rowe is the one that's just nailed out and into the infield there. A couple of cars already out. Looks like we've got the 58 there as well of Lauren Gallop that's parked on the infield as well. Righto, who's doing it up the front? The 52V car, Mitchell Lockett. He's the man that's doing the damage at the moment. I'm just trying to find him on track. And he is about to, I believe, come across the start-finish line. No, that's not him. Oh, there's a bit of biffo up there in turn 4. That involved the 7 car Shannon Simon. He's parked somebody up the top there. Yeah, he got going again though, and the person that was parked up the top was the 66E car, who was the person that got snotted there, and that was Charlie Boone. Right, I still haven't found our lead car yet. There he is, going across the start-finish line, and we've still got 7 laps left to go. It is the 52 car of Lockett that's leading at the moment. Mitchell Lockett, back in behind Tim in second spot, will be our next place car. I'm just looking for that. Must be the about the 88 car of Zane Tahura, and then Darren Gray and 435 Luke Malloy. So Malloy's got a good one on this one. He's up into 4th spot at the moment, holding his own as they make their way down the back straight. 469 car is the one that's there as well. So Mitchell Lockett, did he get taken out on turn 3? So he's ducked down. 88 now, Zane Tahura is the one that's leading it. So 52V's come to a bit of a slow gallop at the moment. So 88, Zane Tahura, this is his moment to shine. Can he make it stick? Oh, 435, Luke Malloy got spun out by the 469 car of Gavin Marshall, the 3 wide, coming off turn number 4. And it is definitely the car of 88, Zane Tahura at the moment. Oh, who was that got snotted in the wall there? That must have been the 62 machine, and that was Darren Gray. Oh, they're all battling out in this one. There's no love lost. 7D Shannon Simon tied up in that one again. He seems to be putting the bumper in. Can't do too much else, so let's stick the bumper in, hey? But let's have a look up the front here. And 88, Zane Tahura, he's got a rather large lead now. 129C Murray Gregg looks like he might have moved up into that second spot. Jack Honeybone's doing pretty good as well. He's come right from the tail end of the field now and made his way up behind Murray Gregg. It's going to start challenging him for second spot very shortly. Trezan Ryland Annabelle looks like he's got his smoking issues sorted out. That looks like Murray Gregg, was it? No, it was. Can't quite make the number out. It's a bit dark for me here. Looks like it might have been, I'm just trying to get a number. It is the 846 car is the one that got spun out there. And that was Peter Young. So he's starting to put the bumper in as well. A bit of argy-bargy further down the field now. Now we've only got 1 lap to go, so we're on the white. 88 Zane Tahura, just got 4 turns left to go. Jack Honeybone's the big mover in this one though. Come from the tail end of the field again. He's showed some really good form. Look at this up there in turn 4. He's going to go. Is he going to go? He might not. Troy Cleveland put the bumper in. Checkered flags come out too little too late anyway. I have no idea who the frick won that one. Oh, I know who won it, but everything else after that, Zane Tahura was the one that did it. And it is the 129 car from Christchurch. She's going to bring a red out for obvious reasons. The car parked out there. I think the cage is exposed, so they'll need to stop that. No real drama with them, but they're not allowed to have the car on that much of an angle. You can see there. So here he goes. He's going to get out of the car, is he? He's having a chat. Would you like a coffee? Is what he's saying. And yeah, he's all excited about that. That's Zach Newsham, the 6 car. Here he comes. Get out. Give him a round of applause, folks. A bit of a hard case scenario going on there. So yeah, a bit buckled and bent, that thing, isn't it? So that was on the checkered flag lap. And no denying Zane Tahuta did a fantastic job of getting out there doing it. I'm not sure what happened to Mitchell Lockett, 52V. He led it for quite some time. Oh, he got spun on the back straight, I'm just hearing. And Zane Tahuta, fantastic job. I think we could just about say that race is finished, but we've got to wait for the red. There's obviously some people haven't crossed the line that might change a couple of points, because remember, this is an accumulation of points, kinda. For those people at home, there's some highlights of what happens. A bit congested in that first part. 93p up on the wall. Like I see, a bit of a puckering moment for him. And then Luke Malloy was going pretty good for most of that race, and somebody just decided to take him out. So just referees just saying a couple of things. They're gonna, yep, that's it. The race has been called. So there we go. We'll bring some results up with any sort of luck. All right. So unofficially, Zane Tahuta winner. The 88 car from Dunedin, 129 from Christchurch. It lives in Invercargill. Murray Gregg in second. 934T Jack Honeybone from Cromwell that lives in Auckland. He's in third. Trezan Ryland Arnabel 33T is in fourth. Fifth, actually, that's a pretty good result for Cullen Flavel, because he nailed in that first couple of laps. 513R Cullen Flavel in fifth. 435 Luke Malloy from Christchurch that lives in Invercargill. He managed a sixth, considering he had a bit of a spin out there as well. In seventh, the 469 car from Christchurch that lives in Blenheim, that's Gavin Marshall. And in eighth, the 93P car, Brian Tunifar. He will get eighth. Ninth, the 16 car from Cromwell, Blair Lockett from Wanganui, and then 10th, the 212V car from Wanganui, Blair Reeves Smith rounds out your toppy 10. So that was our stocky cars, and that was their feature race. And then there was one, the modifieds. Will bring the meeting to a close very shortly. And the runoff, sorry, also the runoff. Can't forget the runoff.
Who are you picking, Jace?
Oh, God, Jesus, mate, I think that's a given, really. I think it'd have to be Brad Lane, you know. He didn't have a very good one in that last one. Like you said, he's just hit the wall, and you see the tyre went down. It was going down for the whole race, eh? And he come in with absolutely, actually, his it looked like you when you get sulky. Its bloody bottom lip dropped to the ground, mate. So, eh?
For me, watching Brad is how quickly that kid can change direction and point that car where it wants to go. It absolutely amazes me how he drives and does that. You know, between him and a modified and Asher and a super stock, they're easily two of the best drivers in the country at the moment, I think.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And like we said, it was a bit unlucky. I mean, don't take it away from the young fella, Jacob, from, what's his name? Jacob
Mitchell.
Mitchell from Christchurch. He's an absolutely talented young driver, is always going to be a New Zealand champion. That guy can do slide jobs and modifieds, mate. You know, a lot of the old boys that have been around a long time go, what the heck's this young bugger doing? But Brad Lane, once again, is in that same level. And, you know, the two best guys were battling it out at Waikaraka Park, and unfortunately Brad got dropped back a couple of spots. Otherwise he would have had a nice wee one still on the car, wouldn't he?
Oh, 100%, you know. And Jacob showed that potential last year, the year before too, that was just so close. But Yeah, the consistency of those kids is incredible. These young guys come through, they just don't have any fear, and they show it on the track, and they produce the goods for us in the crowd to watch, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, this lady come and get her phone. She bloody dropped it. Anyway, yes, no, and that's 100% right. I mean, it's the thing is that like it's like all forms of this racing, all the classes, Booker. Some of these decisions and some of these things that these guys do are split-second decisions. You look at the stock cars and you look at the Peterborough teams the other night, and some guy hit somebody, but you don't have much time to think about it, do you?
No.
And it's no different in these classes, these fast classes. I mean, they've got to make decisions, in racing, especially in these fast grades, that can either come off or don't come off, eh?
Absolutely, 100%. And to those that sit up there and say, why didn't they do that? Why didn't they do this? And it comes down to exactly what Jason just said. Those split seconds. And that's what the good racers can do. It's like when you used to watch the good rugby players in the number 10. They look like they had so much more time to kick a ball. And that's what these good racers are like. They look like they got more time on outs, but they're doing it just as quick, eh?
Oh, absolutely. And like I said, get all these experts, and somebody said I hit that person illegally. No one intentionally goes out to hurt anybody or hit anybody. It's just that time, that's what they thought they had to do, and that time they made the wrong decision. But in saying that, sometimes they make good decisions that win races, that for their teams, for the whole Worksburger. So yeah, like I said, it just disappoints me sometimes when you read crap online, because that seems to be where it all comes from. Where people say, what do you do that for? Well, they probably frickin' didn't know, did they?
Yeah. I'll let you watch. They're going to go green, I think,
right,
mate.
All right. I said frickin' too, by the way. Hey, let's get racing, eh? Right, so are they racing? No, yellow straight away.
43, stay in there, mate. Stay in your grid.
Somebody got jumped to start there, apparently. That's what we're hearing.
Lights are out, lights are out.
Lights are out straight away, so not mucking around. Alrighty, so here we go. Right. Just ripping the piss out of someone, as you do. Okay, let's go racing. Let's see what Brad can do this time round. This was supposed to be a 20-lap feature race. They were saying 15, but we'll see what they do. Righto, down the back straight, a little bit of argy-bargy going on, and it looks like the 53 car of Barry Hunter's the one that's doing the damage at the moment. Brad Lane's having to look around the outside now. He's coming down on the inside. But what Booker was saying, doesn't matter what line, you can change it just instantly. And he will go across the start-finish line in fourth spot, watching a couple of cars wash up pretty high. Barry Hunter's one of them, and that allows the 32 car of M. White to get down the inside. Brad Lane taking two cars going around turn 3 and 4. This is the Brad Lane we know as he makes his way up into that turn 1 and 2. Here goes a wee bit of a push going on there. Lucky that everybody sort of avoided that. Looks like, though, that it is still Ian White that leads it from Brad Lane, Braith, Kalin, Barry Hunter, Jason Kalin, Scott Ritchie and Ruben Brown will be the way that they line up at the moment. Here goes Brad Lane. He's having a wee look down the inside. Has Ian White got what it takes? Yes, he does at the moment. Brad's going to try and change the line up between turn 3 and 4. We do have 11 laps left to go as they go across the start-finish line. Brad looks up high again. Ian White's car's smoking. Brad's going to look for the inside line. Doesn't quite make it stick. Braith Kalin saw sneaking around waiting for a mistake from Brad Lane. Brad goes up high between turn 3 and 4. Has he got it round the outside? You betcha he has. He'll go round the outside and take over the lead now up between 1 and 2. It drops Ian White back into that second spot. Braith Kalin having a wee look down the inside of Ian White now as they go up between turn 3 and 4. Late under brakes. Give it a bit of a push. Let's see if he can hold on to that line. No, he can't. Ian White's got him covered at the moment. And while all this has happened, Jason Kalin's closing up pretty quickly as Brad Lane starts heading off into the distance now. This is a battle, and it is, of course, Ian White that's holding it off at the moment. And behind him, it's still the car of Braith Kalin, Jason Kalin. Those three are battling it out. And then further down the field, we'll see Barry Hunter, Scott Ritchie, and Ruben Brown's actually pulled to the infield a long time ago, actually, as we look over to turn 3 and 4. Brad Lane, he's opened up about 15-20 back to the 23 car of Braith Kalin. Braith has been pretty quick in that second race. Let's see if he can close it up. He's getting a bit closer towards Brad Lane. He's got it down to about 10, gets it a little bit wrong coming off turn 2, but he still hasn't scraped it off. I did see a fastest lap there, but it disappeared before I had a chance to read it, but it looks like it's Braith Kalin with a 15.55 as his lap at the moment. He's the fastest man on the track. but Brad Lane's got 1.449 seconds over him at the moment. No denying, that Braith Kalen's closing it up. Jason Kalen is having a wee battle further down there with Ian White as they come across the start-finish line. They'll have 5 to go as they make their way down into turn 1 and 2. Still that smoke poking out the back of Ian White's car. Hunter, and then we go back behind him to the 43 car of Scott Ritchie. And then, of course, Braith Kalen's run in another fastest lap. He's dropped it down to 15.252 as he goes across the start-finish line. Sorry, he's up on turn 3 and 4 as the other guys are on the finish line. And it is Brad Lane. He'll get 3 laps to go as he goes across the start-finish line. What's Brad Lane got left? He's got some lap traffic about to come up to him now. He's going to go up nice and high on the 43 car of Scott Ritchie. Gets through it quite nicely. Looks like Braith Kalen's looking to have a bit of a run too as he tries to go around the outside of him, going past us on the control tower now. 53 Barry Hunter's Brad Lane's next person he's passed. He's got that bit of a gap back again now. He'll come round and get himself a white flag. It'll be 1 to go. And so Brad Lane, the 2NZ car from Huntly, actually lives in Huntly and makes his way down the back straight. He's only got 2 turns left to go, but that Braith Kalen not too far off the pace though. And Brad Lane, he'll come round and he'll grab himself the checkered flag and the win for this race, the feature race here for the modifieds. In behind him, Braith Kalen will be next. And then Jason Kalen, Ian White, Barry Hunter and Scott Ritchie. What a nice wee deal from the man from Huntly. 2NZH. Brad Lane takes the win. Fastest lap, 15.604. In second spot, 23 from Greymouth. Braith Kalen with a 15.243 fastest lap, and it was the fastest lap of the race. In third spot, 12S, Jason Kalen. In fourth, 32, Greymouth, Ian White. In fifth, 53 from Huntly, Barry Hunter. Sixth was the 43 from Greymouth, Scott Ritchie. And seventh, the 47 Greymouth car of Reuben Brown. 15.243 fastest lap set by Braith Kalen. Well, there we go, folks. There's still a run-off to come, so don't shoot away just yet.
Let's see if he does a donut, Jace.
Oh, well, yeah. Right, go.
I see them on the grid, mate. Asher and Trent both sitting there waiting.
The 2 fastest men on this tour. There's no 2 ways about it. 156p, Trent James, Asher Rees. This could be worth the price of admission if they want to play up. We've seen Asher putting the bumper in a couple of times. Trent James said that there were some people looking to put the bumper in. Let's see what happens in this one.
Yeah, I think Zane Riddick will quietly have his fingers crossed that Asher doesn't put the bumper in too much because he wants to take it for a ride afterwards.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yes,
it is for first and second for placings this wee battle here. We're getting them out on the track very shortly. Thank you very much for all those people to stay behind. We really lost too many people. We're starting to thin out a wee bit now, but this is worth staying for.
I'll tell you what, I've got Trent's dad coming up behind me. Do you think I should go talk to him, Jace?
Oh, you mean walking up behind? Yep.
I'm going to grab him.
Yep.
What do we reckon, big fella? What's the? You a bit nervous?
We've got 2 run-offs.
It's just like a team's race, isn't it? He's idolised Asher for years, so if he can pull it off, he'll be pretty stoked. But he beat Asher once on the tour, and Asher said it won't happen again, boys. So Asher will be determined to stop him. So we'll see how they go.
That's it. We'll see if he beats him. He'll be bragging tonight, that's for sure. So this could be on, people. Let's see what happens.
Here's something else to twist you a bit. There's a run-off in the stock cars too.
Oh, there we
Guess
go.
who? Jack Honeybone and Cullum Flavel for first.
Oh, fantastic.
Hey, if it couldn't get any better, let's add a couple of run-offs to really keep it going. This one here, though, we'll deal with the one that's on the track first. 156p from Palmerston North. He's actually not from Palmerston North. He's from Wanganui. He contracts to the the Palmerston North track. And then, of course, we've got Rees, the 126 car from Gisborne, but it's actually closer to Palmerston North. So it's all swapper track here, obviously.
I got the other father here. Shall I approach him too, do you think?
Have a look. Yeah. Look
I'll
at the
quickly
old-
sneak in here. What do you reckon, Peter?
Huh?
What do you reckon about these two?
I'm glad it's not me.
There you go. Easy as that.
Nice and easy. Right. Let's have a look here. Lined up, side by side. This could be interesting. Two Rees cars, two very similar engines in them. Let's see if Trent's got what it takes to take it to Asher. Asher's got the advantage at the moment. Trent gives him a good snot. Look at that. Woo! Unbelievable. Can Asher get going? He's going to have to wait for him. Now, this is what Asher's ploy will be. Watch this. He'll slow down. He'll wait for Trent James to come up. And he'll have a crack. That guy that's got the red lights on in your car, do you want to turn the bloody things off? Bloody dick. Right. Don't be putting your lights on, because these guys with the red lights and stuff, that's all they will see. Here we go. Trent James coming up. Is he going to give them the Who's Your Daddy? Give it another crack. He's got the foot flat on that thing. You can hear it screaming its lungs out. Asher's got the brakes on full noise. He's going to try and push Asher up. Can't do it. Going to go up high. Come down on him. Asher's on to that. One of the best racers in the country. Trent hits the wall. He's going to have a crack at him here again. Oh, can't be hitting them underneath the pole line, so he'll come back on. Asher's going to wait for him. Listen to those two things screaming their lungs off. Boom. Oh, right over the top of him. He's just torn the car. Now, the hunted becomes the hunter. Right, so what's Trent? Has Trent done some damage there? No, he's away again. Oh, this could get good, folks. This is what a real runoff looks like. Oh, what's he going to look at that? He moved aside. He's going to line him up. Watch this. Oh, here we go. Trent's got the bloody thing pushed to the limit. Oh, checkered flag comes out. Trent James has got it. End of story. That's it. Unbelievable runoff. How is that? Listen to that thing scream. Aren't they amazing, these machines? Oh, listen to that. Doesn't it just make all your bits stick up? Unbelievable. There we go. So that is, of course, the winner. Yeah, old mate. 156 Trent James wins it. Yes, Booker?
I said, how are the RPMs on those cars? Those Hartleys, man, do they scream?
Well, I tell you what, there's only one thing other than I like screaming, and it's definitely those engines do it for me. I've been told off. Hopefully I don't have to come back.
Wow, that was outstanding. Trent did an outstanding job, because Asher's no easy beat, mate, that's for sure.
Well, I think that was probably one of display of fantastic team, runoffs that you could possibly get in that.
I think Trent's going to be hard to control tonight in the club rooms, to be fair.
Well, he's not going to make it to Christchurch, which is a bit of a shame. So I think he's going to let loose, isn't he?
He is, mate. He'll be stoked with that. Absolutely. And full credit to him too, Jason. You know, like, he drove very well and very smart, and yep.
Well, it's not often you see. I mean, I think we've been talking about it all tour, and about how Trent James has really come to the fore this season, eh?
Oh, 100%, mate, yeah. And I just see the two stop cars are now gridded up on the grid there too behind you. Getting ready to go. Oh, here they come out now, mate. The next one.
So this is a stock car runner, folks. This is the 513 of Cullen Flavel, and it should be the 934T of Jack Honeybone. Now, Jack's also been somebody that's come along quite well in this particular series. He hasn't raced all season, and he's actually, one of the reasons that is, did you know he's assistant content creator for The Rock? Did you know that?
Yes, I did, mate. I did know that.
So he's very busy. He's also the night announcer at The Rock as well. So, yeah, he's a bit of a hard case sort of a guy. And believe it or not, guess what he hates? Microphones.
I interviewed him. He says, I'm good behind them. I'm not good in front talking to someone else. So
yeah. So this will be quite good. 513 Callum Flevel. If it hadn't have been for that held up that he did in that last race, there probably wouldn't be a runoff. But the South Island guys give him a bit of a tickle.
He's pushed him right up against the wall too here, Jason.
North versus South. Rotorua versus Cromwell. That's about all I got for that. I was trying to do some sort of build-up, but it didn't work out very well. Right, let's go. They're away. 513 Callum Flevel. It's going to be bloody hard work to... Oh, Jack Honeybone, give him a look, but couldn't quite make it work. Look at this thing, this 513 car just pull away. This is a very well built car. Not saying that Jack's isn't, but Callum's one of the top stock car drivers in the country. Very fast, very smooth. He knows what he's up to. It's all Jack's to lose. Possibly what could have happened is Jack should have held off and then tried to stop him. Very good. Down the back straight we go. Flevel's got it. He'll get a flag of some description this time round. Should be the white. There it goes. One to go. But I wouldn't be too annoyed about being second behind the 513 car of Callum Flevel. Anyway, Jack's been there or thereabouts. He just doesn't quite have what it takes to get that wee bit of an edge that he needs to stop Callum. Callum will come round, turn 3 and 4. Bit of a contrasting difference between the two runoffs. And there it goes. Callum Flevel will take the win from the 934T of Jack Honeybone.
Yellow.
Right. I think we're just about done. For those that stayed behind, thank you very much for being a part of the show here at Powderworx Central Motor Speedway. I do believe there's a couple of guys going to have a couple of runs in some cars, but that's for their fun. So I might get Booker to give us a bit of a close off while he's down there, with hopefully Stiffy's with him somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, are we ready for me now?
We're always ready for you, boy.
Okay, listen, we'd just like to thank everybody out there in TV land that tuned in to the Pits Media. Again, it's been an absolute pleasure and a privilege to work with the Pits TV and work alongside Jason tonight, talking with all you in the crowd. Thank you for coming along. Muchly appreciated. The club loves it when you turn up and put your bums on the seats. It helps everything. You out there in TV land, thank you so much for joining us and buying the Pits TV. We hope you have a great week. And tune in Friday, Saturday night for the Woodford Glen stream, and we'll see you then. Thank you so much again, and good night and have fun.